there we are. And if you guys can join the server, you get this thing going. In the meantime, I'm also quickly going to make a token for that. What was it called again? Arthur Pond. Arthur. What was his name again?
Tali.
Yeah.
Like Tali more.
Tali. As an homage to something that you saw in your dreams, right?
I heard a story of a turtle and his companion blowing themselves up somewhere due to greed.
That makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Merchants from a faraway land had stories of a wild-eyed turtle
who in staunch defiance would blow anything up that moves. Or not moves, doesn't matter. Houses don't move, still blow it up.
I do like that. I like to think that. So the whole kind of backstory for Nambarlan is that he came to the continent because he heard stories from the merchants who came to Faerun. I like to think that he went the other way, and that merchants were like that. They came over there and were telling stories about, oh yeah, this group of adventurers and this turtle, and he blew stuff up. It was crazy.
People trying to tell like scary stories. You're like, yeah, I heard it all before. You know.
So I rolled a 15 perception check, but then I rolled a 9 for stealth. So
yes.
I added the 5 to make that a 14 for stealth. Still not great, just really bad.
Yeah, it wasn't really great, but last session we did roll that as that a bit of rock from this the side of this temple did roll down, but apparently the creatures inside didn't seem.
They have that low passive perception.
They didn't really notice it too much. So there's that.
Okay.
Let me quickly add the token to Tali, so we get that done. That's I kind of want to say I hate doing two things at the same time. It's not only just hating; I just can't. I'm a guy. I do one thing at a time.
Where's Nespip?
Where is Nespip? That is a good question. Is he on the map? He is. Oh, he was underneath.
He's hiding underneath this turtle.
Which, by the way, now it looks like that. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Much better.
I also tried to do like rustify it a little bit, but like that really didn't do justice by the picture, so I kept it as is.
As I said, I would probably get some better art at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I love it so much that we're going to try and keep it alive. I mean, no promises, of course. But, all right, so I think we covered everything from last week. Indeed, you went into Drakkenheim again, and you ventured to a couple of side streets where indeed a broken down chapel was to be found. The chapel itself has been remarkably withstanding all the sheer chaos of the last 15 years. There's been some extensive damage to the chapel, but it's still standing, so that is something in contrast to most of the other buildings around you. You also avoided a warband of, let's just say, some interesting creatures with some hounds with them, and how did they describe them last week? Like they sounded kind of like laughing hyenas, right?
Yeah, I still argue that they looked like they could be approached and talked to. They had tools, they had clothes. We could have gotten some help from them.
There were 30 of them. We would have been dead.
They come from their hind legs, so they must be intellectual. You know, that's how that works, right? So you avoided those and went to the chapel that you saw. Coming to the chapel, you notice that the building itself is rather like it's a circle, basically, like with a big dome on top of it, which has been damaged, but it's still standing. And it has two smaller pockets attached to that, one of which has been broken, probably due to neglect over the last 15 years. That was your point of entry that you decided to peek inside. As you notice that there was light coming through the broken stained glass windows that are still adorning the sides of the chapel. Elodie, you climbed upon the pile of rubble, got a bit of stone loose that tumbled down but didn't alert anyone beyond your own party, and you peeked inside, and that is indeed where we left off last week. So, what kind of horrible monsters do we see in this chapel? Well, we'll see next week now. Inside the chapel.
You just really don't tell me.
I really love cliffhangers, like, don't you know? So you see a total of 9 individuals shuffling about the chapel. Looking inside, you see that in the middle of the chapel there is a large brazier, and this brazier is you've lived in the area, and all of you except for the Bardon, you were born here. You know of the sacred flame. You know that any chapel, even if you're not of the faith in any shape or form, you know that one of the main signs of a temple or whatever is that there is a burning fire. It's called the sacred fire, after all, or the sacred flame. Sorry. The brazier is always lit. This is not done by magical means. This is always lit and kept alight by a flame keeper. That is their main job, to keep the fire ignited. This brazier, however, has been long doused. 15 years of neglect will do that to a brazier. The candles around it, however, are alit, and that light casts an interesting shadow on all of these creatures that are walking around here. You notice a whole bunch of people. These people are wearing rather simple clothing. Think of simple brown monk's robes with rope for a belt rather than anything leather. They look like they have pretty much nothing. Of all the people in here, you notice that one of them looks a little bit more well dressed, and this is I say this very lightly because it is still definitely more on the poor side. They just look a little bit more like they're in charge, if you will. If you take a moment to look at all of these people, it kind of looks like they're looking for something, and that is where we'll start.
Okay, so
Looking
they're
for something.
definitely alive.
They're, by all accounts, they look like they're alive.
Like they're not. They don't look like the shuffling, like, what are they called? Husks or whatever.
No, one thing you will notice from
before, like they.
No, you've been toe to toe with these husks, more or less. You will have noticed that they have a distinct, very purplish kind of glint coming off of them, especially from their eyes and orifices that may or may not have been naturally a part of their body before. These people just look like people. They just look miserably dressed.
Ooh.
One of them just looks a little bit different.
Yeah, let's just say that, like, by
A
contrast,
little
they got like an iron chain around their neck, and they'll be wearing, I think, a leather cowl. That's it. So beyond that, they look exactly the same. So it's not that different.
My first thought is this Amethyst
I
Academy
haven't told
people.
you anything.
Oh, okay, you haven't told us anything.
I told you anything. Sir, wait.
And since I'll be playing Atoli this week because Jay couldn't make it, I'm just like, I'm not going to roleplay him. You know, he's just going to like walk around with you. I do have to say that you're keeping him between a rock and a hard place because that rock tumbled down towards him. That's all yours, man.
Okay, so. And they're just looking. They look like they're looking for something. Like they're just pawing through what? This area?
It seems like they're wandering around and they're looking just at various things within the chapel. So a couple of them are looking at the candles. Some of them are looking behind the statues. You notice that there's 2 alcoves where there are statues placed. They look relatively well done. And you notice that they're looking like behind it. It means that they're searching for something.
Okay. And they're not talking.
They're very solemn, yeah.
That is weird. And they haven't noticed me, apparently. Okay. Alright. I will try to sneak back down. And now I will tell you guys everything. Sorry, I felt like a jerk for just cutting you off there, but I was like,
No, you're right. That was metagaming. I was getting yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna lead you guys over here by this tree because this is it's really there's a lot of people in there. So I would have just told you the basically what he just said. There's 9 people. One of them looks like maybe a leader. They're all dressed really humbly, look like maybe monks. And can't really tell gender or anything, I'm assuming. Can't really tell that kind of stuff. They're just poking around in there looking for something, it looks like. The flame is out, so I don't think they're sacred flame people. They could be from that other religion, right? Isn't that
the robes don't look super. They don't look super new. They look like they've been worn.
They're on the brink of probably stolen from a corpse. Like they look like that. They look miserable. They're probably mostly made of tweed, brown. It's not nice.
Okay, so it's not, because my thought was, it's just amethyst wizards in there looking for stuff, but they wouldn't have ratty cloaks.
Probably.
You can rule out those guys. I'm thinking the other religion, but I don't remember.
The Hooded Lantern?
The
keepers. Yeah, the keepers of the flame, the cult down by the meteor.
I didn't write it down. Wow. Yes, those guys. But this is pretty far from the meteor, so I don't know. And they looked really rough. Like they looked like they were not doing well. And I don't think that cult is that rough.
Perhaps.
I guess we haven't really. What do you think?
Perhaps we should gather all the information we can get outside. There is this walled-in area over there, and just have a look outside before we confront those people.
Yeah, how high up are the windows?
You can peek through them, if you will. They're not completely down to the ground. I think they're about 1 nest pip high. You are now a unit of measurement, my friend.
And are they, mostly still intact?
It's about 50-50. Like they are, after 15 years of neglect and the weather and the meteor and whatnot, they're going to be broken here and there, but most of them will still have glass in
Are they stained glass?
It's stained glass, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to look through it.
I mean, we can just knock.
Yeah, we could just that's an option. We could just say hello, and because we're going to have to get in there at some point.
Well, we need to get into the catacombs.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, let's.
When I would have seen them, they didn't look like they had a ton of weapons or anything. They just looked like they were, like could they have hidden those? I guess in their robes, but it's not
that is a fair assumption
they
to
didn't
make.
have
I would
guards
say
posted outside to guard this place, that kind of thing.
You took a second to look at them, and given your background and the fact that I imagine you would be keen to spot someone's weapon that would fit you.
Yeah.
You didn't see any weapons.
That doesn't mean they don't have them, because this is Drakkenheim. But, they're not, I don't know. I don't know what to do. They seem really quiet, and I don't know why they would be here. Maybe they're just...
Maybe they're just
live or something. They're looking.
Yeah, maybe they're
something.
just.
I mean,
It could be scavengers. Just if they're looking rough, they could be just scavengers. I mean, because we're not super far. We're in the city, but it's still not in the heart of the city. It's still kind of off the main road ish. So if it's scavengers, this would be an easy place to go to. The only difficult part would be the catacombs, which is why the scepter's still there. So they do we want to talk to them? I mean, we can go talk to them, see what's going on, or
I mean, it's either talk to them or wait for them to leave. Like, there's not really.
Let's first look around outside this
Look around a little bit
building.
All right.
I would like to know if there's another 20 of them back there or something.
True. We've only looked in. We haven't really looked anywhere else.
Does that look like a graveyard, or what does that appear to be?
So it is a half stone wall, about 1 nest pip high. I'm gonna keep that. I like that. It is about just yay high, with some bushes and whatnot around that. You will notice that in the center of it there is a large statue that is definitely popping up over the wall that you can see in the middle. As you're getting a little closer, you're hearing hushed voices coming from that area. By all accounts, it looks like a walled-in garden or something like that. You're hearing some hushed voices right there.
It would like to stealthily approach the wall, like half prone.
Sure. Give me a stealth check just to be sure, but I think you will be able to. Unless you roll a natural 1.
Felix.
Well then.
Felix.
Okay. So as you...
looks like we're gonna meet him.
As you approach the corner of this wall, I imagine, you said you were half crouched, right?
Yes, basically to try to remain out of sight from someone in there.
All right. So you move towards this wall, and you touch the wall to just kneel down, and unfortunately, that part of the wall was already crumbling, and just an area like your size, just to the ground, and just reveals you to the rest of the garden.
What do I see?
Well, at least you're getting that, right? As you can fully see into this indeed garden, or sort of like a walled-in area, you see that there are 2 small, what are they called? 2 walled-off small patches where probably flowers or something used to grow, but it's completely barren. And in the middle, there is a rather gorgeous statue. Around that, there's a whole bunch of people that have all turned their attention to you. I'm just gonna put you over there. Here, okay with that?
I want to try, as the stones are falling, he just tries to stand up and pretend that this was all intentional, like he was just trying to get their attention.
Okay, what do you say?
Good day, sirs. What are you doing over here?
So you're immediately noticing that all these people over here, they're dressed in leather, and they're all carrying swords and knives and just bladed weapons. One in particular is wearing studded leather armor, who looks really tough. He's a big man, like a bear of a man, in studded leather armor. And he takes one step forward and looks at you. And he says, "Yeah, well, we were also looking here. What are you doing here? We're looking for something, so this is our turf."
Some gentlemen asked us if we could have a look around the area. They're looking for something I believe in the church or around here somewhere. And we just decided to help out a friend.
It's Blackjack. Just tell him Blackjack.
Well, would I recognize them as bandits, or do they have any sort of insignia?
Oh, you'll 100% recognize them as being bandits. The question is, however, would you recognize them as being Queensman's bandits? I know it says it on the little label, but would you recognize them? The second I noticed, I popped them up. It has a name, but I forgot to add it on the label. I was like, shit. At this point, I think you do know that a lot of bandits do work for the Queen of Thieves, so it would be a safe bet to guess that they would, at the very least, be aligned with. They don't necessarily have to work for them, but being aligned with them would be pretty understandable. So it would be a gamble, but I think it would be a fair gamble.
Felix would not take that gamble.
Okay. Gentlemen, huh? Huh.
Hmm?
Well, I don't work for gentlemen. We work for ourselves. You know how that works, huh? So it's just you then?
Well, and Felix just looks around. Apparently.
Everyone's hidden.
Okay, everyone is hidden. Like like that area, like there's nothing in the line of sight for them, so they won't see anything beyond it. Huh. There's 9 of us, so.
I like those odds.
Oh.
You like those?
Do you? I do too. So what do you get on you?
Would you like to try to find out?
Are you threatening me, boy? He says as he takes one step forward.
And Felix just uncoils his whip.
Oh, okay.
Like, not in an immediately offensive stance, but he prepares to use it.
I mean, that's fair to do, yeah. See, lads, this is what happens when you travel alone through Drakkenheim. Less chance, pretty boy. You can get away now or face your consequences.
How much do we hear of all of this?
Oh, he's loud. Like
all.
he's as loud as he's big, so you're going to hear all of this.
Okay.
Well, in that case, let me begin. And he casts invisibility on himself.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
I was like, are you really going to attack him? Okay, invisibility.
Yeah,
That's
but what are you doing?
cool. All right, boop. There you go. Are you going to keep standing there because they can't see you?
Well, once he's invisible, he will quietly try to shuffle to the side.
Sure. So as he took another step towards you, all of a sudden you just like vanish. Which I'm totally going to give him a roll for if he even understands what's going on here. Because as big as he is, he's not exactly smart. Nope, he isn't. That's a 3. He he looks at you and he's like, "So, hey,
Must have been the wind.
You know what? Yeah. Must have been the wind. Yeah, call out the Skyrim.
Must have been the actual wind. What the fuck?
It's the one thing I love about Skyrim, man. You can just shoot an arrow in their neck and then just hide it. Like, must have been the wind. Mudface, was I the only one seeing that? And you're gonna hear like a little bit of like shuffling in the garden as a couple of them like look around like towards him and be like, "See what, boss?" Oh.
At this
What's
point,
that?
Felix will try to let out an eerie and slightly mad-sounding giggle, like, and then immediately move a bit on.
Give me a performance check.
Oh no!
You're a bard! How is that bad for you?
That's a 14.
Ooh.
Did you hear that?
Okay, there's no way you're actually...
Nabarlin's going to cast Thaumaturgy and use it to create eerie whispers in the garden.
Did you hear that? What's that? And all of them are like frantically looking around. Is this, boss? Are those the ghosts of the dead people? I don't mind sticking my sword in anything, but like ghosts, I can't fight ghosts, boss. What's that?
Should run.
What was that?
You should run. In a hushed whisper.
And Nabal's going to cast Thaumaturgy again, saying, "Leave."
All right, both of you give me a performance check once more. I'm loving this, but this needs a roll. Okay. There we go. That's better.
14. Okay.
So they all turn around toward like hearing the leave, and they're like, "Must have been the wind." And the second they say the word "wind," they hear like "oh" coming from the other side of the garden, basically from the chap. And they all like huddle together. They're like, "Boss, I don't know how much this is paying, but like I can't spend it when I'm dead. I don't want to join the people that I'm hearing. Can we come back later or something? Like when the ghosts are sleeping?" And the big tough guy is like, "What are you, bunch of sissies? Are you scared of ghosts? Hey, where are you going?" And because they're all like sort of like moving out, and he like walks after them, and they basically walk off.
That worked?
That worked. Yeah, these people are not bright.
I don't know
Right,
how to
Felix.
word. Slightly.
Matt, respect for the creativity. I have to turn a natural one into something good.
I'm just looking. Nesbeth is looking confused at what just happened.
By all accounts, this shouldn't have worked. But it did.
Wait, are you
Right.
still invisible? We still
Yes.
can't see you. Okay.
Are you gonna keep it? Like, let me know when you don't, and I'll just like.
I mean, it's concentration for an hour.
Yeah, you can keep it if you want.
Yeah, I'd leave it up. Just let us. I guess we say, "Whoa, are you there?"
For now, I think I'll go take a look while this lasts.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And then Felix will just take a stroll through this walled garden to see if there's anything noteworthy or any more surprises, maybe.
So first off, give me a perception check, or rather, like you take a stroll around. So give me investigation. That makes more sense.
Okay.
18. All right. So you walk around the garden, and you will notice two things here. You'll notice more, but there's two things that really strike you. First off, the statue in the middle is a very gorgeous statue that, by all accounts, is made to resemble probably one of the old flame keepers that was either like this chapel was dedicated to or has worked here in some shape or form. Really gorgeous statue, and there's one really signifying thing about this statue. The statue is standing as if it is holding a staff, like this. And in its hands, there is indeed something that kind of resembles a staff. It's really an unadorned piece of metal, but it is still a piece of metal. It shines a little bit, like there's a little shimmer to it. Not magical, but just like, just metal shimmer. And I think if you've looked at it, even as a cursory glance, you'll have noticed that there's a very tiny little button on it. On the other side of the statue, you will have noticed that there is a trapdoor, which is not a trap, it's just a hatch, basically.
Seeing that, Felix would take a step back to the party and, still invisible, go, you should take a look at the staff in the hands of the statue. That might be our way in. I will take a look at the other garden up north, and I'll be back with you in a moment. And he will go investigate the other garden to see if there's anything of note there.
The other garden in the north is basically crumbled to ruins. This one has been impacted by some debris from a meteor, most probably. Little of this garden is left. You do notice an imprint of where a statue supposedly might have been, but it's completely gone. Other than rubble, nothing remains here.
Okay. And lastly, he'll try to go to one of the slightly broken windows and have a peek and listen inside to see if the people inside notice the commotion
That is a very good question. As you peek inside, you will actually stand face to face with one of the people inside who is looking directly at you. You're like an inch away from each other. But they're looking right through you because you're still invisible.
Right.
They are looking outside, and then they turn around and they say, I think they left, brother. Yeah, I think they left. All right. Maybe we'll have a peek outside once they're done. But for now, just keep a hushed voice. There might be others. And with that, they continue waddling around the chapel.
Okay. And with that information, I'll say the people inside were looking for us, I think, but they'll probably stay there for now.
That invisibility is coming in clutch there. That's I see. I didn't know where you were going with it. That could have been dicey, but I think it worked out pretty good. That was good. So
I didn't know where I was going with it either.
Yay, natural ones, right?
So the button.
Can I check the staff for the rod he's holding?
Sure.
I think don't I have a feature that actually helps here?
Maybe.
It's only on history checks. Okay. Yeah, can I just not touching it right now, just looking at it, seeing what it might be? Probably using.
What are you looking for? Is it like, are you looking if there's anything magical about it? Are you looking if you're noticing like the way it's made? What are you?
I want to see if it's magical or a mechanical contraption.
For that, make an Arcana check. I think especially you being an artificer with the 17 that you rolled, I think as an artificer, you will put two and two together that most magical items don't have buttons. They just do things because, well, they're magical. You know, you don't need a button to be like, flipendo. It just does that. So that leads you to believe that this is most probably not a magical item as is. It doesn't really look like that either. It just, like, it fits the statue, but yet it doesn't. The statue is definitely standing as if a scepter or a staff or a quarterstaff should have been there. There is, but it just looks weird that it's this thing rather than something else.
And it's not connected mechanically to the statue. Could I basically pull it out if I wanted to?
It's the hands themselves. As you look at them, they're like hollowed out in the middle, so you should be able to pull it out should you want to.
That's weird, because if it's connected to the door. Go ahead.
No, the staff has the button on it, right? That's what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Thistle's perched up there. Can she tap the button?
Sure.
I'm gonna take some distance.
Yeah. Taking cover here.
All right, so she presses the button. Who is in within 50 feet range?
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. She clicks the button. You'll hear a very tiny click, and nothing happens.
Awesome.
Oh, the trap. Okay.
Yeah. Go look, and the trapdoor is just sitting there, just like it was.
The trapdoor's already open.
Nope.
Open.
It's closed,
No?
and it still is.
What was hanging? You said something was hanging.
Was there something hanging? I mean, the rod is hanging in the hands of the statue, if you will.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy and try to get the trapdoor to open up.
It won't budge.
Okay, that's. I didn't know if it was unlocked or not, but so okay.
Nesp is gonna try to take the rod.
Okay. With your bare hands or with your gloved hand?
I'm gonna have at least gloved hands.
Okay. It's really wedged in there. It's like it's stuck.
Would I at this point recognize what this is? Or wait, no, it's not magical. Wait.
You're assuming it's not magical. Arcana checks never give you definite proof.
Can I take? I'm not sure if I could take 10 minutes to see if it actually was, but no, it's not. According as I know, I'm gonna press the button again since it didn't do anything.
I could see in Tim's eyes that he's like, I know. I could see it. Oh, so you press the button again?
Yeah.
Okay. It slides out of the statue without ease. No problem.
At this point, I probably would recognize
You
it.
know exactly what this is. This is an immovable rod.
Nice.
Oh.
Guys, I got an immovable rod. I'm not gonna even offer it to anyone else.
So you hold it up in the air, press the button, and do some like.
I'm not strong enough for that. I'm just hanging. Nice.
So it is indeed an immovable rod, and I think you will, as you pick up this thing, which you do, I think you will easily assess that it is not just a normal immovable rod. It's made of silver.
Silver movable rod.
Mm-hmm. Which, again, is weird for a statue like this.
I guess you could hit ghosts with it.
Why would it be silver though? What is the normal immovable rod? What is it made out of?
It is undefined, so I believe it's just metal. But this one is definitely silver.
And the statue is just rock?
Most probably limestone.
Okay.
Can I have an idea what it is. Can someone quickly try to help me move the statue a bit?
I'll say it's like, oh wait, no, this is not Nabarlan. His strength is not this is not Nabarlan 1. It's like, damn it.
I don't really have strength.
Blondie, I can get Blondie to help. She's got +3 strength.
Sure.
So which way are we moving it?
I think I'm gonna actually command the steel defense Tali to move it. I just wanna test something. Let's try to move it towards towards the trapdoor.
Okay.
Okay. You can both roll a separate strength check from your other token.
That's for the steel defender now. Should have worked.
Who has +2? Yeah, it's the same. So that's a 10 and an 8 for Blondie. The statue absolutely doesn't budge. It's almost as if it's made of stone.
Probably was wrong. Also, I just noticed you said I have a 10. For me, it shows a 12 in my.
Sorry, yeah, it is a 12, but that still wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah,
but
just to be sure that we're looking at the same stuff.
Yeah, I saw the dice show as a 10, but you have a +2 on it, so.
Yeah. Oh, the steel defender has.
Well, since that didn't work, Marlon's poking at the trapdoor with his spear, seeing if it'll open.
If you'll tap it, you'll hear the subtlest of echoes coming from it, meaning that it's not just a hatch on the ground. Like there's apparently a hollow area behind it, which makes sense for a hatchet. Poking at it won't do anything.
Get over to the grave, Urs.
If you only had someone who was good at unlocking doors.
I'm hearing an
Was there even
elbow.
a pick though?
No, I was gonna. It's just a plank of wood, like a plank of metal, or is it? What does the trapdoor look like?
It looks like it's completely made of metal.
Completely made of metal, no handle, no key place, no nothing.
Oh, there is definitely a key.
Metal.
There's definitely a keyhole in there. No one asked yet. There's a keyhole.
Okay. Then I would like to use my thieves' tools and try to look around again. See what you can do.
Sure. You can do a sleight of hand check for that.
Okay. Huh? Oh, I have to wait for it to roll over here, and then it will roll over.
Yeah, it takes a second.
Okay, 16.
That is a 16. Luckily, your thieves' tools don't break, but this thing is locked. You're not getting it open.
Really locked. Okay. Alright.
Investigating this trap door, like, are we sure this is even? Because the idea is we're trying to find the crypt, right? So, or the catacombs. Our first assumption was, oh, this has got to be the door of the catacombs, but what if it's just like a chest? I mean, my guy's good stuff in it, but what if it really is just a chest?
I mean, I feel like the catacombs would be below the graveyard, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and you heard like an echoey. Like when you tapped it with your spirit, it felt like there was something under there, right? Like it's not, or it wasn't under there, I guess. It's not just like I feel like you would know the difference between tapping the lid of a chest versus tapping the lid of like along the lid.
Yeah,
like a hallway.
Top of a long like hallway or situation.
Which one would I discern? Could I?
This could be an entryway to something.
Okay. Well then, never mind. I forget what I just said. I didn't say that.
You can still say things. You could be wrong.
No,
It's fine.
They're like the Barlin wouldn't say that if he heard it sounded like a tunnel. He wouldn't say that. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
I've got a last expensive idea if no one else has anything.
An expensive idea.
Somewhat. Okay, I'm gonna try to misuse a spell for that. I wanna cast Tasha's Caustic Brew on the area where the lock would engage the frame of the trapdoor.
Oh, interesting.
So
yeah, sure. That'll do 4 points of damage to the lock. The hatch itself still won't budge, but the hole itself has gotten a little bigger.
it lasts for 1 minute. The spell, and it takes damage each turn.
Fair enough.
Unless it makes a dexterity saving throw.
It fails automatically. It's not very dexterous.
Jesus.
I think I would even move to argue that while the lock is deteriorating, it becomes more and more dexterous because it can actually move.
Like turn 5. So it can turn 5, it actually can get dexterity rolls.
Yeah, so finally the lock eats through and then it wins its dexterity saving throw, you know? So that'll be a minute of doing some damage. I'm just gonna roll this as it'll eat quite a bit through this lock. It'll still be locked, but it looks like there is a bit of wiggle room now.
Okay. Can I try to mess with it again with my...
With your thieves' tools, you
or-
can try.
Okay. Like, it looks like that would do something now.
I mean, the lock mechanic is still more or less there. It's just been eaten quite a bit. So you will have an easier time getting the rest out.
Yeah, I rolled worse. But I'm going to add a d6 because this is something that I'm proficient in. I'm gonna try this.
So you're using your
18. Is that
18.
fail?
With that, you will open it. Combined with the fact that the
Okay,
lock has
then I will
been bit
use
out.
that. Perfect.
You will hear a very loud. I mean, not that they can hear it in the chat, but like it's a loud metal like as the lock disengages. And as you lift this very, very heavy hatch, you will notice that there is a staircase going down to the darkness.
Okay. Cool.
While they were trying to figure this out, Felix would have done a full round around this chapel. And
Right.
could you tell me what this bronze contraption up there is?
Absolutely.
Is it just
it is a
sundial?
sundial. Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything noteworthy on the left side?
No, you will notice that there is something that is that has a bit of an octarine glow over there, which would lead you to believe perhaps that there might be some delirium over there. If you would do a cursory glance at that, you will not notice any crystals. What you will
Is it
notice,
like-
however, I'll need a roll for that, but it might be something that you might notice when you're over there. Give me a perception check.
Okay. And what exactly is glowing? The ground? Is there a mist or
So that is why I need your perception check.
perception?
Cool, 17.
17.
You'll notice that there's a couple of puddles left over from like the most recent rain. It is like pitter-pattering a little bit right now. There's a couple of puddles. The puddles are the ones that are giving off this glow. There's probably something seeping into this water, but the puddles aren't too big, so it is draining some.
Okay. You will keep that in mind. And finish his round.
Right?
That gives me ideas for more war crimes, but we won't go into it now.
Let's fill a flask with that and throw it at someone. I can hear you.
We need to start patenting this shit.
I know, yeah.
I'm not really sure if you want to have your name under this, guys.
Well,
And
what
borrow
about a fake
feelings.
name?
Oh yeah,
That's a good point.
So,
this hatch here has stairs. Considering none of us have dark vision, actually,
I've
wait,
got
one.
dark vision, I
Wait.
think.
Mm-hmm.
You got dark vision?
I've got dark vision.
Whoa! Well, look with your gnomish eyes. What do they see?
I'm gonna
You're going to look down, I imagine.
dismount Tali and look down.
Looking down the stone staircase, you notice that it goes quite a distance into the ground before ending in somewhat of a small hallway. This entire hallway is caked in dust and in cobwebs. They're not large cobwebs, but it's full of them. Looks like this passage hasn't been used in probably 15 or maybe even longer years. So at least the last 15 years this hatch hasn't been open, but maybe even longer than that.
There's a path down there. So,
That sounds like a catacomb.
You
That's
don't
your
want to go
entrance, I think.
underground? That was the whole thing, right? It's supposed to
Yeah.
be underground. You don't like it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
go first, but I don't see shit in there.
I'm gonna send Tali in there. Because he has dark vision. And he can't be surprised if that's gonna be useful, we'll see.
Sure. I'll not switch maps for that just yet. But as he goes down the steps, it's not like it's a bit, but it's not too far. He will come upon a small circular chamber. The small circular chamber has but two exits. One is the one that you just came from, the stairs. The other is what it seems like an oak wooden door. There are some leaves and a couple of twigs on the ground here that have all but completely deteriorated. It seems that those might come from above from a long time ago. That is all you see. It's all made of brickwork, by the way.
First, for future reference, I don't think I can see through my Steel Defender. He just can see stuff, so if there's a goblin, he would notice it.
Okay. Yeah, because he doesn't makes sense.
Yeah. So, the trap disarmor is in front, so let's get in there before the guys in the church come out. In the chapel.
Okay.
Okay.
Gesturing to the others to follow Talif.
I still need light.
Yeah, do we want to get our torches out for this? Do some.
Candles / torch. So yeah.
Yeah, we do have torches. We have to actually use our torches, I guess. This game, this campaign.
It'll help.
Yeah.
You guys are going to go on the ground?
Yes, but there's one interesting question.
Yes.
How does invisibility work with a torch? Because everything I'm carrying is invisible.
Yes.
So would it be just an invisible speck of warmth and light?
Yes, that is exactly what it is. The glow of light immediately emits out of you, so that'll still be there, but just the source of where it's coming from is just not there.
I mean, I still won't do it, but I find that very humorous.
Yeah, keep your invisibility as long as you can. We'll have our torches out.
There's two lines of thought on this. Either the fact that the torch itself is still invisible, it's just a flame that will be shown, so you'll just see a floating flame. But I feel that is an integral part of the torch, so that should also be invisible. It's just a light that's coming off of it, which is still weird. All right, you guys are going down the ground. Is everything and everyone coming with that you guys have?
Yeah, as we go down, Ron's going to give a little berry to the thistle, hang on to, and she's going to.
Do you think it might be? Don't you think it might be smart to have a sentry up here? Someone who could raise alarm.
Yeah. I mean, we could. Hell, we could leave a Tully down. Just to make it easy for Barry, have a Tully be our sentry.
I'm cool with that. Leaving one of your
more along the line.
behind.
Yeah, I was thinking more about along the lines of leaving your bird here, maybe.
Well, it would be 100 feet, and then.
Well, it can still. The birds should still be able to just scream.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll leave her at the entrance of the.
Okay. Wait. I do have. Okay, so here comes part of my powers that I have apparently not discovered yet, but we're gonna discover them now. When I leveled up and took this soul knife rogue thing, I have psychic whispers. It's a psionic power. I can choose 2 creatures you can see, and then roll one of my die for a number of hours equal to the number rolled, it's a d6, so it could only be up to 6, but even 1 hour would be enough, I think. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically with me, and I can speak telepathically with them as long as we're within 1 mile. So that, I don't think we're going to go farther than a mile, right?
Well, we'll find out, but...
So I could do that with a Tully.
Or no, you could do that with Thistle. You could do it with Thistle. We could just do it with Thistle, and that way, if there is something...
The only thing, I love this idea. The only thing I want to make sure is what language does Thistle speak?
Does what speak?
What language does Thistle speak? Because I think she doesn't really have a language.
Well, it says you and the creature don't need to speak a common language to understand each other.
In that case,
but they still need to speak one language usually. You don't need a common one, but
Thistle can repeat. Thistle can repeat anything that she's heard, and she understands basic commands. So if I would tell her,
ravens do have that raw one word, like if that I'll allow.
Well, I mean, but like she can repeat like simple. I could tell her, say, if you see anything, tell so and so alert. I mean, it's
pork chops. Pork chops.
Yeah, she can't give a whole detailed account of what's going on, but she can at least alert us that something's coming down.
I think this is the right moment to decide as your group what is your safe word. Pineapple.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll. If you're going to do that, I can tell Thistle that if there's danger, to communicate danger, and then head off to find us.
Okay.
If you want to do that, if Barry, would you allow that?
Yeah, I think it's a really creative solution, and as you guys know, if unless it's too overpowering, if it's a creative solution to a problem you guys are facing, I am usually inclined to do that. With this, I think, with the caveat that it's not going to do a full sentence like, "Hey, oh, chap, there's going to be a bunch of like murder hobos." It's not going to speak Orcish all of a sudden.
No, she can repeat a simple phrase. If I tell her to do danger alert or something like that, she can.
Yeah. So with that, sure,
do that. Okay.
Okay, and it says the first time you use this power after each long rest, you don't expend the die. So I think I would just roll a d6 to see how many hours it would be.
Sure.
And then it doesn't even expend the die, so I can just do it for free, which is insane to me. But okay, not gonna argue with it. Let's not argue with it. 4 hours. Me and Thistle, and there's one other person who wants to be able to psychically communicate with me. That would be it. That's so weird.
Who do you? I guess who do you want to silently communicate with for 4 hours?
Well, I think it would be helpful with Nespip if Nespip has the dark vision. So if we need to go farther ahead and Nespip needs to like tell us all to be quiet all at once, like I can maybe, I don't know.
Or is does the turtle count as a creature?
It's a construct.
Okay, well, I guess
just a creature.
Probably not.
So, just to make sure that we are clear on the rules here, so you have 2 creatures that you can choose to communicate telepathically with. This is not a 3-way call. It's not a Discord call. It's a V chat.
Yeah,
so they both can talk with you, and you can talk with them. They can't speak to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying like it would be useful for me Thistle to alert if there's something up in something from above trying to,
and then you can relay it to
Nespip wants to go farther ahead. If Nespip wants to go farther ahead, then it would be useful for him to be able to communicate back to the group. And so either way, it's just like a way to communicate to the group, I guess.
Yeah, but it is going to be via you. So whatever happens, you're going to be the voice.
Yes, via me. Yeah.
Okay. As long as that's clear, then I'm fine.
Only I would hear if Thistle said something that was wrong, and I would have to communicate to everybody. And then only I would hear if Nespip said something.
All right. So that means that we're going to perch Thistle somewhere here in the area, and the rest of all of you are going to go and come down, right?
Yeah, and Thistle's gonna hide. She's just basically just so she can poke her little eyes out and keep an eye on stuff.
What exactly is she gonna hide it? Because there are some shrubs and whatnot which would be low to the ground, which you can do obviously. Beyond that, there's not really a tree or anything in the direct vicinity.
Yeah, it might be the only option then. She's just got shrubs just to get in there and just be like
little tiny binoculars.
I mean, there's a tree down
but
there,
it doesn't have.
I mean, that would still work if you want to.
Super obvious, yeah.
She's a bird.
She's a bird. There's birds, right?
I don't think there are birds. I think everything's dead, but
you haven't asked this yet.
Oh, well, have we noticed birds going in?
Not at all.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what, like, seeing a bird, because when I first got here, I was like, oh, well, they would think, oh, it's just a bird, but in Drakkenheim, they're there isn't a whole lot of just birds walking around, so she's out of place no matter where she is.
We need to
So
make
I'm,
the Thistle Achilles suit.
About it last game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just put her in the bush then, just so she can have coverage.
And should we try to block the trapdoor behind us with this, and I'm holding up the immovable rock?
Which way does it open?
Up.
Up, so
So there's no handle or something I can jam it inside against.
No, I think the most. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the only thing you could do is to just put it in the immediate doorway and block it like that. But anyone smart enough to just look at it can just press the button and take it out. So.
Yeah, then. And I won't do that.
All right. With that, we're gonna go below ground. Oh me, oh my! Wow, the map is completely dark. That is correct. Because you are coming up down here. It's going to be a little tight.
You know, too many things.
We'll make it work. This is what you see, and it is more or less what I told you.
Bill? The
So
door
there's another
there.
door. More doors.
There's only one option is to
Charlie, go ahead, try to open the door. If you can.
If you try to use Tali, how do you open the door? You just like budge against it or something?
Yeah, makes no sense with him. Sorry.
I use. I guess.
Traps?
Look, I use. Like, does it open when he nudges?
You haven't done so yet, right?
What, did Tali nudge the door yet?
No,
Oh.
so like realizing that this doesn't work with Total.
So it looks like it looks like a relatively simple oak-bound door. There are a couple of those metal strips on with those metal rivets. You know what that looks like, right? Like just two of those bands. And there is a single iron clasp with a circular handle on it that you could pull potentially, with a little block underneath directly into the wood.
Before we do that, if you want to step back, I can try and thaumaturgy it, see if it is actually locked.
Right.
I use thaumaturgy to try and open the door.
Which is very smart, because the door is not locked, but it is wedged in place a little bit. But thaumaturgy will definitely fix that, so it swings open.
Sweet.
A hallway.
Isn't that rather loud?
Surprisingly, not so much, because the door, as you will notice, is completely soaked of water. It's waterlogged. The wood itself is just pulp. That's why it's wedged.
Ooh.
That doesn't make sound.
Oh.
Beyond the door, there is a small hallway, which seems to curl around the corner towards the right, and there is a side off towards the north, towards your right, halfways. Now that the door is open, you're noticing that there is like this sort of damp air coming towards you. It doesn't stink like mildew per se, but there's a dampness to the air.
Charlie, go ahead, look out for traps, and good luck.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send them about 10 feet in front of me and walk slowly behind him.
May God
Fair enough.
be with you, because I sure won't be.
You are replaceable. Goodbye.
Blondie's got your back.
As you slightly move forward, you'll notice that the room off to the side doesn't. He can't see down there, right? So there is a thing to the side, and nothing attacks it.
But I can probably see that there's a way, so go to your right.
Are you like sitting on it, or?
No, I'm 10 feet behind of it, but I can probably see the hallway where it's walking along.
Right. So the hallway that is going to go straight on is seemingly completely empty, and at the moment still devoid of traps.
And I can probably see that there is another hallway branching off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Tali, go to the right, and I'm just gonna send him down here by listening to any crunchy sounds.
You're not hearing anything beyond just him like clink, clunk, clink, clunk, just walking through this hallway.
Does anyone have light up yet?
I figured.
Oh,
Did you guys pick
I
up?
figured we have it. Yeah, I have a torch. I figured we have a torch.
Let me just.
do we
quickly
need
give you
more
guys
than
some-
one person with a torch?
Not necessarily. These are small rooms.
Okay.
You can, but
Yeah.
like for visual, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
There you go. Nesbit, do you peek around the corner?
Here, I'm probably sending, like, he's walking a bit in front of me, so I'm hearing no crunch. I'm gonna peek around the corner.
Alrighty. As you look around the corner, you notice that there's a room there. It's a circular room. This round chamber seems to be holding a circular stone font full of fresh water that is glittering. There is a inscription on the edge of the basin.
I'm gonna instruct Tali to run around once around the entire fountain, just to be safe.
1 second. Where did it? There.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, guys, here's the fountain, and I'm gonna walk into the room.
Alright. As you get closer, you will notice that inscription, you can read that on the base of the fountain. And it says, "May the sacred flame keep vigil over the souls of our revered dead."
So religious stuff, okay.
Absolutely. Also, now that you're in the room, you're noticing that the walls themselves contain 5 panels that are sort of like chiseled out from the very stone itself. And they're all a bit like painted with murals. Each section shows 3 flamekeepers performing the funeral rites for any dead paladins. It quite literally looks like dead body being preserved, mummified body being committed to the crypts.
And the fountain in the middle, it's fresh water in Drakkenheim?
Yeah, it looks like it, and it's glittering. Like it's as if like there's a bit of light shining on it. Where there's, I mean, now that you're carrying a torch, there's a light source, but there wasn't one before. It isn't giving off light, but there's a glitter to the water.
Might be misremembering things, but don't normal people get cremated in this religion, or am I mixing stuff up?
That is, I think you would know that, and yeah, that is a very normal thing for most people. However, not everyone. There is a exception to those that have served the sacred flame. Are usually preserved in crypts so that they may rise and do their sacred duty once more if called upon.
Necromancy.
That's
in the same line that, like, you know, Jesus Christ is necromancy, right? It's like, you know, the second coming, that kind of thing.
I don't see a problem with that.
or no, like Jesus Christ would be necromancy, but like Lazarus would be necromancy because he like raised him from the dead.
Now that you're all in this room and you're looking around, you're noticing that the opposite wall, so one side, basically the northern side, are these murals. You're noticing that the other side has a couple of stone shelves with some items on them. It seems that at a cursory glance, these items roughly resemble the items that are being used on the 5 panels. So there's a couple of little vials, there's a couple of boxes, etc.
Are the vials empty?
They're not.
What do they look like?
So there are a total of 6 vials that seem to have an oily substance in them. They're tiny and slender, and they have a glass stopper at the top. There's a box next to it that is a bit of an elongated, slender box. And next to that, there are 2 bit larger potions with a crimson-looking fluid in there.
Could I try to identify the potions?
Sure. Give me... That would be an Arcana check. Potions are magic.
Okay. Strong 4.
Good.
It's a potion.
Well, I'm also looking, so I'm gonna try and figure it out too.
Give me an Arcana check as well. That is a 12 plus your bonus is a 13. Yeah, I think you've seen these bottles before. These are health potions.
Score 6 health potions, or is it just the
No,
just
two health potions, and alongside of that there are 6 small bottles with an oily substance in there.
okay? I'm gonna grab one of the health potions and offer the other one to someone else. So we have 2 people with health potions.
All right.
Does anyone else want to take this health potion? I swear it's a health potion.
No,
Do you?
Felix is not convinced.
Okay. Well,
I'll take it.
I guess
I'll take it.
Oh, she'll take it. All right.
Yeah. I'll take one.
So is it just so we're clear, Nat, before I do my inventory, is this like an actual health potion, or is this something I think is a health potion?
You are pretty sure this is a health potion.
Okay.
So we just put one bottle that the violin
Nah.
is pretty sure is a health.
No, I'll be like. There's gonna be a lot more times that I can tease you guys with this. These are actual health potions, just normal ones.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if I need to add, say, something that I think is a health potion or health potion.
So yeah, so there's the 6 bottles. There's the 2 potions of healing that you find over there, and then there is the slender box.
Would Felix perhaps recognize the other fluids, like what they could be, like some sort of embalming fluids, or...
Give me a religion check to see if you do, because I wouldn't put it behind you, but I want to see what the dice says. Yeah, he
17.
recognizes. These are sacred oils, which in terms of game technicalities basically work like bottles of holy water.
Well, those 6 bottles will one by one disappear from the shelf.
So while they are oily, you cannot use them as sort of like a bottle of grease or whatever, in technical terms. Like, that's way too small for that. But they are sacred oils, and they would count as holy water.
So just 6 bottles of holy water, or...
Just add 6 bottles of holy water. That's perfectly fine. The whole reason why this campaign uses oil more than water is because in most cases the water is contaminated in Drakkenheim, so it makes it nasty with holy water.
While this is happening, can I try to ritually cast Detect Magic?
Yes, you can. And while you do that, you will... Let me see. You will see a faint glow coming from the little box that is still on the shelf. Other than that, you don't see anything in your immediate area. I mean, other than your party members and whatever they're carrying. There's a lot of magic stuff going on there.
Seeing that the box is glowing, Nesbit's eyes light up, and he's gonna run over there. It's somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Is the box itself glowing? Is something inside the box glowing?
It seems like it's coming from within the box.
I have to poke it. Oh no. Guys, there's still something magical in the box.
I guess we were both sitting there for... I guess I'll get my spear and...
Sure. There's just a little latch on it, so no need to unlock it or whatever. So with your spear, you will definitely be able to whip it open. Nothing happens. Just seems to be an ordinary box. And as it opens, there are no less than 3 scrolls in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they're giving off a faint glow of magic.
I'm gonna take one of them. Look at looking at what the scroll
Yeah,
is.
Sure.
I'll look at another one.
Just reading them.
Just
Reading them will reveal what they are. So the 3 spell scrolls are one of Lesser Restoration, one of Dispel Magic, and one of Remove Curse.
Ooh,
Very
that's
helpful.
Boring.
good to keep in our pockets.
So much. So who takes what? I'm gonna. The first roll I took, what was the first item? Because I'm gonna keep magic and stuff, unless anyone asks for it.
That would be the Scroll of Lesser Restoration.
And the second one was Dispel Magic and Remove Curse.
Correct.
Well, I was like, Felix, if you don't want your Remove Curse, I'll hang on to it.
Go ahead.
Right, so I got both those stowed away then.
Oh, you can directly find the spell?
Sorry?
I'm looking at how the spell scrolls work in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, so you can just it should be just be an item that you should be able to add, and it's a one-time use spell. One thing that I do as a table rule, which differs from DM to DM, is I allow anyone that has a scroll to use it. Some DMs are like, no, it's only if it's your School of Magic, and I think that's bullshit. If it's written on paper, you should be able to just read it. And after you use it, the paper crumbles to dust and it's gone.
But it's which level is it?
A Lesser Restoration is a level 2 spell, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on a second. Restoration. Or this is obviously, you probably know why I'm asking this. Are any of these counted as rituals? Like, I don't know offhand.
As long as they're on the spell scroll, they're not. They're instant cast. Using an action to use it in combat, if you want to use it in combat. Some of these are ritual spells in some class spellbooks. I believe Lesser Restoration and Dispel Magic are both ritual cast able spells.
So, because I can copy these down. They're written down. I could copy it into my ritual book, and then save them. And be able to ritual cast these in the future, right?
That would not be impossible. Yeah.
Okay. And would that destroy the scroll if I was to copy it down?
That is something I need to look up. I knew that was the question that was coming.
Okay.
I don't believe it does,
Yeah.
but I'm not 100% sure, so I'll have to quickly look.
I think copying, at least for a wizard, I think copying does destroy the spell.
Yes.
Well, in that case, it does. And there is a slight monetary cost to it as well. If you're copying it over, there is a bit of gold that you need to pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can keep that mold and I can get some stuff. We don't end up using these. I could copy it and we could have it to use in the future. Just as a ritual. What does Lesser Restoration do?
It basically removes a couple of the basic afflictions that one could have, such as like paralyzation and such.
Okay.
I believe
I
also
guess we
like
don't have any-
poison.
I think we don't have time because I think copying it takes like an hour per level, so I wouldn't have time anyway to do it right now.
You can, but then at
Yeah.
that point, Felix would get visible again and whatnot, like a question of his worth.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll have to keep it in mind.
And if you copied it to use as a ritual, you would only be able to use it as a ritual, or
Yes.
this is confusing.
Yeah,
Yes. So
yeah, but
I think I'd rather
But
have
it'd be
an
something-
instant of the spell rather than having to wait 10 minutes.
In combat,
Well,
everyone's
if it was-
paralyzed. Give me 10 minutes!
Well, I'm thinking more of like in the future, like if we get cursed or something, and we're able to get out, I could remove the curse by us just hanging out for 10 minutes. Or if you get paralyzed, we drag them out, I could remove the paralyzation over and over and over and over again. So we don't have to rely on using a spell slot.
So it's the question between, do we want to be able to use it once quickly, or do we want to be able to use it many times, but it would take ages?
Correct.
In a combat scenario, yes, ages.
In a combat scenario, some of us could just cast it at a higher level.
Yeah.
But
either way, it's something to keep in mind, because right now we don't have time for me to copy anyway, so we can come back to it.
In most cases, unless you don't have any casters or casters that would be able to cast this, spell scrolls are useful to give to people that can't use magic. Like, for example, you as a rogue, you're gonna have a bit of magic because of the chosen background, but you're not gonna have too much. It makes sense that you will get a scroll here or there, so you can cast something. That's what it's for.
Okay. We can come back to it. So we got.
So the water here was not magical. It's just sparkly water.
It doesn't give off a thing of magic. No.
Okay. Then, Charlie, go ahead.
All right. As he walks ahead, and as long as you don't look in there, you're gonna hear tick, 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 think as it hits him.
As it hits him. Okay. I'm gonna step behind him and look what happened.
All right. So, beyond this room lies another circular room, which is a little smaller, about the size of the room that you came in on. And in the center of this room, there is a small, stout metal post, about 3 foot high off of the ground, and it's about 1 foot thick. You're noticing that there is a 1-inch diameter cylindrical notch, about 4 inches deep, cut in the topmost edge of this thing.
Wait, so it's a metal post, 3 foot high, and there's a notch through the middle of it completely.
Yes.
So it's for like holding a staff.
Oh yeah, and like not vertical, horizontal.
Oh.
Horizontal. I'm currently assuming that it's basically you put a weapon in there and it's gonna spin around as a trap. That's my paranoid thought right now.
That is an assumption you could make based off of what you're seeing here. Yes.
I'm gonna send Tali for a spin around the room.
All right. He sings a jaunty tune of "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round," like a record, baby.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna step into the room and look at this thing closer.
All right. It is as I described.
And is detect magic? Does it stay active?
You got it for
10 minutes.
Yeah, you got it for 10 minutes. So I will allow this under those 10 minutes as well, because you spent a little time in the other room. I'll give this one as well. It's not magical.
Is it a mechanical contraption? Can it turn around? Can it spin? Can I see like where it would move? In what way it would move?
You'll see on the ground that there is an opening, very like a minuscule, between this thing and the ground itself. So you're noticing that there is movement possible with this thing. So yes, it's mechanical. And also, now that you are fully in the room, you're noticing that there are 2 more branches off of this room. One leads to the north, which is a staircase that goes even further down, and more towards the west. So directly opposite from where you enter this room, there is a wooden door that is closed.
One quick thing, Felix would pick up 1 bottle of this fancy water.
Sure. As you pick up a bottle of this and you look at it, give me a religion check. It's very fancy water.
I will write it down exactly like that. It's becoming a tradition for my characters to have some fancy water in the inventory.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess let's go further.
Which way? To the door or down below?
I think we should stay on that level, shouldn't we?
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to try and open the door.
Use thaumaturgy to open the door?
I mean, because the turtle can't open it, and I don't want to have Nesbit get a face full of acid or something. So if it's unlocked, yeah, I'm gonna open the door with thaumaturgy.
All right. That you can. And it will open with a loud creak. Which will tell you about the fact that this door apparently is waterlogged. As the door opens, you are immediately assaulted by the smell of... what is the best way to describe this? The smell of ozone. I don't know if you guys know what that smells like. Have you ever smelled the air after like a lightning strike? Or better yet, have you ever been close to an old television? An old television set that gets off that static. The smell of that static. Have you ever smelled that? That's the smell of ozone.
Yeah.
It smells like electricity. That's what's coming out of this room. And to no surprise, you're starting to perhaps understand why this is, because this is a smell that you are slowly starting to grow accustomed to in Drakkenheim. It is the smell of the meteor, the smell of delirium. For the room beyond this seems to be part of the crypt of the chapel. And the crypt itself is glowing left and right with this octarine glow. You don't see any crystals immediately, but there is sort of a glowy substance that is running down the walls, ever so slightly. Other than that, you are noticing movement in the room. Even though the door was really loud, the movement itself, the creatures that are moving around, haven't noticed you just yet. They are very tiny, flying creatures that have very fun bat-like wings and very big noses. They all four look distinctly different from one another.
These two?
Yeah, they look closely alike, but they are definitely made of a different substance.
What's the illumination situation in that room?
Dimly lit at the moment, but there is light, so you can see this.
So there is light coming from somewhere else except for our...
The octarine substance on the wall gives off the faintest bit of light, so that gives you a bit. These creatures themselves, two of them also emit light, and that is actually just bright light. Especially the red one gives off like an actual flame-like light.
I think I should go take a look.
I'm gonna mount Agni again.
Okay.
Okay. So go right ahead, buddy.
So he'll just squeeze ahead and slowly and carefully go into the room.
All right. I'll give you the rest of the room then as well. The room, basically, the way it looks, extends further towards the south, ending in a circular staircase that seems to be going upward. In this room, you notice that there are these four creatures. They're sort of like randomly flying around a little bit, and every single time they get close to each other, sometimes they poke one another and they give off like a little sinister giggle. That is really all they're doing. Now that you're getting a little closer, you're noticing that the substances of these creatures is definitely elemental in nature. The red flying creature over here looks like it's almost made of like lava or magma. There is a yellowish creature over here which looks like it's just basically a ball of dust. And the other two, while they are slightly different. Both look like they're made of steam.
Would Felix, by any chance, know what they are?
You can give me a roll for that and see if you do. Give me a... this would fall under Arcana as well. You're doing a lot of Arcana checks today.
Yes, and I'm horribly mediocre at them.
11. I mean, this is 50-50, so over a 10 is fine. Yeah, I think you will know of these creatures. So I don't think you will recognize them as ever haven't seen them before, but I think you recognize them as like, hey, I've heard of these. These are Mephits. And Mephits are basically one of the smallest types of elemental creatures. They serve a lot of different purposes. They spawn in randomly at times, but they can also be created as a pet or as a little creature of burden that can do stuff for you. They're definitely not unintelligent, but they're definitely also not the brightest in the book.
Okay, and given the whole geometry of the place, this would be probably approximately under the spot that was glowing on the surface, would it be?
That would be correct.
Okay. Then you'll try to sneak past them and just have a look at the other end of the room.
Okay. You will see that this octarine glow, this substance that is run, it's not like a waterfall or anything. It's just like little trickles here and there. You're noticing it's all around the room, seeping through cracks of, well, pieces of stone that have been neglected. As you're moving further into the room, I do require a stealth check. With the grace of a paladin cat without armor, you call out to your other character. You graze the room and they don't see.
Okay. And what would that be?
It just seems like a larger puddle of water. That is where most of the residue from up comes in. Because there is just more water over there, it seems that most of the octarine glow there is dispersed. It's just liquidated.
Okay.
You're noticing that there is one more door over here as well. There you go. And then there is a circular staircase.
Would that align with the staircases in the chapel itself?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, Felix would try to find his way back to the group.
As you rolled an 18 on your stealth, that'll be fine for both back and going back and forth.
Okay, associates. There is 2 ways forward through that room. There's 4 of those fun little method creatures. There is a staircase leading up that's probably going to the chapel. And there's another door. Do with that as you will.
Why is no one from the guys in the chapel down here if there's a stairway?
Maybe because they're smart enough not to come down into a creepy hole.
Also, I think the staircase was destroyed at the top, wasn't it?
Nope.
Wasn't one corner of the room of the chapel destroyed?
The side that you guys were looking into was destroyed, but mirrored on the other side of the chapel is another circular area with a staircase where this would basically connect to.
I mean, so either the people up top made these, or these are just naturally occurring, or somebody else made them. Either way, they're there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think where is the... I'm looking for the scepter. So is the scepter... It's not in the chapel upstairs, because they're all looking for it and they haven't found it, and we looked and it's not there. So it's either down these stairs ahead of us. We either think it's this way, or we think it's in that door over here. So is it better to sneak down and see if it's down there, or try to all of us sneak past these,
I think we can
Things
just
that are-
go around here.
or we could go back. Yeah.
I've been timing this. You guys have been talking for about 3 minutes, and these methods are just floating around the room. You also didn't close the door, so at some point, one of them will actually float towards the door and look in your direction and see you guys.
Felix,
Well,
let's close that
Them
door.
guys.
Yeah, all of you except Felix. And as he turns his really big nose towards you, because like methods are like 50% nose, 50% rest of the body, like they're really grotesquely out of shape. He looks towards you and he says, "Hey, stop there, meatbag! You're trespassing."
Okay. What are you guys doing?
We're
down
so
here?
sorry. Yeah, we're so sorry. We got lost.
Yeah, well, everybody gets lost. You got something pretty for us?
Yes. And I pull out a gold coin.
Gold.
What's that?
This right here is very. It is a very valuable item from the surface world,
That's a gold coin.
and
That's
I
not-
kind of.
That's not. We want something pretty, fleshy.
Pretty. Okay. Hmm. Looking around.
Wait. Can I take? I don't have. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a piton out of my bag
Mm-hmm.
and let's do that. That sounds fun. I'm gonna put on a little tiny I'm gonna pull out of one of my pocket a little fluorescent. Basically those stars you tape on the ceiling for children that will glow. Glow in the
Like
dark
a glow
stuff.
in the dark.
I
Glow in the
yeah.
dark,
basically
yeah.
I basically have a mass of something like that. I'm putting it on the piton, and it glows with a 5 feet radius. It's magical tinkering from the artificer.
Oh, I like that. All right, so you do that, and then what?
I'm just gonna show 'em. Do you like that?
Never seen that.
So it's special.
Yeah. Oh, we like gemstones and what? Is that a gemstone?
Something like that.
Oh,
I'm gonna go, Nespip, that's, you can't give that to him. It's too valuable.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I think
Valuable.
you're right.
No, don't worry about it right now. Nespip, that's too valuable. We can't let him take that.
I'm gonna put it back in my pocket.
Hey.
Or in the backpack.
hey, Dusty, come over here. And the dust method flies over. Yeah, what's up? Hey, they got something shiny. Look, these fleshies have something pretty. I want that. Yeah, you should give it to us.
Look, Nespip, like, would y'all be okay with us down here if y'all have it? I mean, just in good faith, Nespip. I know it's yours and it's really valuable, but look, I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, I think for now I can part with it. But if I give it to you guys, would you guys be fine with us walking around here, looking around?
If you visit someone, you give him a gift. If you give him a gift, you can visit.
We would love to visit.
Okay, I'm giving them the whatever, however you mount it.
Glow in the dark. It's a.
It's so stupid, but it's what is the closest thing.
So he looks over at it. He's like, "Hey, Smokey, can you grab that?" And one of the steam methods flies over. Can I pick that up from you?
Sure. And I'm gonna hand it to him.
All right, so there's this little steamy hand that grabs this piton, and then he flies back. Whew, this is pretty. And the other two join him in like looking at it. The fourth one sort of like casually floats over as well, and they're all like huddled around this piton that you get. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, look, and it even glows. Oh, I like this.
I can't believe you gave it to him, but hey, y'all enjoy.
Yeah, everyone needs to make sacrifices. And I'm gonna shift the pouch full of the glowing stuff. So yeah, should we look around?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna visit now.
Huh? Yeah. So as you enter this room, you now have a bit of time to like look around a little bit more carefully. You're noticing that this is indeed part of a crypt. You notice that in various areas on the side, there are things stuffed away that you would expect in a crypt. There are some bones here and there. There's a couple of skulls carefully placed upon some urns. A couple of bones wrapped in cloth. It looks haphazard, but it does look like a crypt.
These are. Oh goodness! Come on.
So over here, is this all like where Brian says? Is this all like rubble? Is a statue?
It is luckily not rubble. This place has been like, other than neglect, this place has survived like the onslaught of the meteor. So it is more forgotten, lost to time rather than anything. Still, it looks not as nice as most crypts would do. It looks almost searched, if you will.
So it looks like somebody's been down here just rummaging around, is what you're saying.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, if this might not be where the scepter's at, if people have been down here looking around.
That's to the door. The void says.
Yeah. The void says.
Hey, you, Fleshy, the one with the one with the four-legged thing.
Yeah.
What kind of gemstone was this again? You said
It's a special metal that glows in the dark.
metal.
You know, there's like gems can also be made of metal. There is like the structure is kind of the same. Don't worry about it. It is a gemstone. It has the property that it glows.
Now I need a deception check.
I chime in. I say, Nespib, just let them know it's Pycerine. It's Pycerine.
Pisicysterine. Yeah.
Pycerine. That's what I will give. It's from my homeland. I didn't want to give it to you. It's not even from this continent. I didn't want to give it to you. It was a birthday gift to him, but we are visiting in your home, so I wanted to. When we come to visit, you got to give gifts.
So is it 2 deception checks, 1 or?
Also, but you could give.
Let's do yours first.
Give him advantage.
Okay. Oh,
all right. So that's a 17.
Oh man.
It's weird. I never heard of a gemstone made of metal. Unless it's maybe not from here, like he says. Go ahead and make your deception check. Oh my word. 22. Hey, what do we know? It's still shiny, right? We like it? Yeah, I like it. So do I. Alright. You know what? Let's put it over here. I like that. And they just waddle off and they completely forget about you.
Yes. Give a little fist bump to.
Alright.
You guys are so lucky.
That should work.
So the door over here.
Yes.
My thought, y'all's thought, is it connects to that little passageway that veers off up there. So my thought is, what do y'all
Your thought
think?
is what?
Oh, that this door goes this way, and it comes up over here. That's what I was asking you guys.
Only one way to find out.
Oh.
I'm also noticing, Felix, you're standing near the circular staircase.
Yes, he would check that out, where it leads.
So it goes up, and you're noticing about halfway that there is a heavy metal gate set into the circular staircase. So there is a door in between you and the upstairs. It's closed and potentially locked.
Okay. Does it look like it's been recently disturbed?
It doesn't, from like a cursory glance. No,
Okay. And the staircase goes only up.
only up. Yeah, it ends here.
Okay. Then he will go back down.
Well, that would explain why they haven't come down then, if it's locked.
If.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy on this door. If it's unlocked, to open it.
And it is, so it will open. Beyond is another hallway that's straight on leads into another small chamber, which then veers off to two sides. This room looks familiar. Here again is a small metal dome that is about 3 feet high and has a little notch all the way through it, just like the other one that you just came from. And indeed, it does connect to the other passageway that you said. Beyond this room, you also notice that there is another passageway that is going down a couple of steps.
I'm gonna send Tali ahead again.
Think.
And he's doing his little round around the center thing.
Nothing triggers immediately.
Can I look at it again? Is it just a slot, or is the basically a center bore straight down? So something that would spew something out.
No, it is quite literally just a metal column with a circular opening that goes right through it, roughly at the top. It is in a different position than the other one, mind you. The other one is currently positioned north to south. This one is roughly east to west.
Okay.
Is it approximately the same diameter as the immovable rod?
More or less.
Okay.
Should we head down?
There's two ways forward. We should split up.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, I never know.
What's the worst that can happen?
I'm gonna send Tali ahead again.
Everyone follows? I mean, like, after he's gone down.
Assuming
Basically asking,
nothing
do
horrible
we want
happens.
to... Yeah, like, do we want to switch
Yeah,
things up? That's
yeah.
what I'm asking for. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. In that case, let me grab that. And boom. Gotta love the fact when the music changes. Are you looking down the staircase? Like looking at how how Tali is going down?
I'm staying basically 10 feet behind him at all times, so that if he gets crushed by something, I'm not right next to him. And I'm looking where he's going.
All right. As you're looking down, you're noticing that there's light coming from down there.
Okay.
Like enough to see.
There we are.
Oh,
Pull up. Hang on, let me just grab your tokens for a second.
peak of a light at the end of a tunnel.
Quite literally. You know what? I'm just going to copy your tokens. It's going to be quick. Bloop. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to put you over there. And this is where Tali is.
I think he steps further into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as nothing happens to him, I'm gonna follow.
Okay. At that point, as you come down, you will be able to see the rest of the room easily, because there is a lot of light here. What you are seeing is the following. This seems to be a rough-hewn cave, if you will. The cave itself is lit on all sides by what you would immediately assume to be magical candles, because there's no way that there's people still coming down here every some hours to light these candles. You're noticing that there is quite a few sarcophagi over here as well. These sarcophagi all seem to have remains resting on top of them. To give me 1 second. You're noticing that these remains are all swaddled in cloth, almost as if, swaddled up to be mummified. And most of them are holding items. A weapon here, medallion there. All of them have 2 gemstones on the place where their eyes should be. I think you know your gemstones well enough to recognize that these are citrines. So orange-colored gemstones.
I would
motioning to come
I would
down
like
here.
to. Yeah, rolling us down. I'd like to take a moment and do detect magic, because this is looking like we're about to have a bunch of zombies pop up.
Why would you think that? Let's see. Let me also just move the other tokens up. There you are. Yes, you will be noticing. Let me see. The fact that all the candles are indeed magical. That is something you will immediately notice. Other than that, all of the items that are left behind here, so the weapons, the charms that some of them are holding around their neck, they're all non-magical. And beyond the magic of the candles, you're not noticing anything here.
I'm gonna instruct Tali to just stumble around the room to see if there's any traps.
I'm looking in this hole. Is this a hole? Or is
it's a pillar.
There's a wall there?
No, it's a pillar.
Okay.
Good point. Yeah, because it kind of looks like a hole. No, it's just a pillar. It's a circle.
Yeah, I'm like, is that a hole to nothing? Okay, cool.
As you stare inside, big tentacles come out. Could you imagine? Terrible.
Can I look down? I guess I don't have a thingy, do
you don't have dark vision, but there is a bit of light coming from here. There is a passageway that is leading there, and you'll see just about there until it ebbs into darkness. As a matter of fact, no, at the end of the hallway there's light, so you will be able to see the full hallway. At the end of the hallway, there are some candles, and there is a door.
Okay. Should we look around in here and just make sure the staff isn't in, or the scepter is not in here, and then there's a hallway and a door down there.
Yeah, I'm looking, since I got detect magic, I'm looking at really carefully at each of these bodies, just to see if there's anything there. Obviously, it's magical if I can see it, but also just in general, I'm making a stop at each of the bodies.
The weapons that are stashed with these bodies is sort of like these were probably, like, by the looks of it, these were probably either paladins or really high ranking members of the Sacred Flame that were laid to rest over here. That's what you're getting from it. Also the fact, like, don't forget that you just saw a couple of murals, which in game was only minutes ago, right? Like, roleplay always takes longer than actual time that we pass in game.
Yeah.
You've only just seen these murals, and like this product, what you're seeing down here, it looks like the result of the rites that you saw depicted on those panels up there. That would make sense. So these bodies that are lying here, basically in state, right, on their sarcophagi on these stone daisies. Some of them have weapons with them, which would lead you to believe that they might be paladins or fighters for the Sacred Flame. The weapons themselves don't look tarnished or anything, but they also don't look very valuable. They just look like pretty normal swords. They're not ceremonial or anything too expensive. The medallions, however, that these bodies are having around their neck, yeah, they look expensive. The citrines themselves as well, by the way. Citrines are not, I believe they're not uncommon. They're like one rank above that, so like they're rare as gemstones, which would make them fetch you a pretty price if you take them.
Yeah. It's just probably something we can keep in mind on the way back. I'm not one for grave robbing right off the bat. We've got something more valuable. But
Yeah.
Well, they're not inside the
They're on the
sarcophagus,
prize, right?
oh yeah, they aren't inside of it. But
so it's not grave robbing.
They're on top of it.
well,
That is
we're in a
really
catacomb.
hot, right? Like,
We're in a catacomb, so
Was
it's
that
all
what
one
was
giant
the-
grave.
was that what was depicted in the mural, that they would be on top of a sarcophagi, or
Yeah, the final picture would be a mummified body lying in state on top of a dais or a sarcophagi, its hands on the chest, with gemstones on their eyes, and either holding a medallion or a weapon.
okay,
Is there
so
something
it's
wrong
not.
with that body?
In what way?
Looks very, very different on the map.
On the map, it looks like it's a bit strewn about, but it is technically just a full body.
Okay, and that's just a hip bone and not an enormous skull.
It's a skull, actually, but it is a bit off-sized. Yeah, I might have hit it a little bit wrong, but it's just a skull.
Okay, so it's artistic freedom.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so I think we should go on
Should-
if there's nothing.
Yeah, should we? We can keep moving, and if we decide we want to rob the graves of these men of the cloth, then we can do so on the way back.
So the door that you're coming up to is a rather large door. It is in between a door and a gate, to be honest. It looks very heavy set, almost as if it's not made of plank, but rather of actual like beams of really heavy set wood. They're bound in iron all around, and there's multiple bindings all over. You're not seeing any keyhole. You're not seeing any handle on this. By all accounts, it basically looks like a wall. You just know it's a door because it's made of wood and iron.
Well then,
That's right above the below the rotating thing, right?
Not exactly. If you would follow it, it is a little ways away from it. Not too far, but a bit.
Probably
we want to.
below the chapel itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this is more below the chapel itself. Like it's not too far from that place that with the rotating thing, but it's not directly under it by any means.
Okay.
But I think I see what you mean, Nesper. Do you think this could be a winch?
Yeah, I thought about that because you probably said that with the rod of the immovable rod. Or, yeah, so that's a winch, and we lock it in.
Do we want to try that out?
Well, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to see if I can open the door.
It doesn't budge.
Okay. I tried. But yeah, I think if so, your thought is if we put the rod in there and then wind it up,
We
and
can
then lock it in
wind it.
place.
Yeah. Should I head up and test that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, why not?
Are you going to go by yourself, or is
Um,
everyone following you?
We should
I
have
can
someone
stay
here to see if something
here.
happens.
I'll stay down here
Um,
because I can communicate with Nestor.
I'll roll to
Right.
see what Atoli
Yeah.
is.
Something's happening.
Atoli will stay with you, Elodie.
In that case, Felix will go with Nesbuk.
And
Well, there's a
Miss
moment
Blondie
here
will-
she's gonna remember. Oh, sorry.
All right. All of you are going to go up. So, going up there, what do you... let me just quickly switch the map back to the one upstairs. Let me just remove the tokens that are waiting downstairs, which is Elodie, Atoli. Did Blondie go with you upstairs, or was she staying down?
Oh no. Did he freeze?
It is a very difficult question, but I think he's crashed.
Oh, the Varlin, my dude.
Oh no, he's moving.
no.
He's moving. There he is.
He's doing it again.
I'm back. Yeah, it was.
Welcome back.
Yep.
So Blondie, is she staying downstairs or is she coming with you upstairs?
She's coming with me.
All right.
She
Then
she
this
has,
is
yeah, she has to have my command to attack. So.
fair. Then this is your composition as you come upstairs.
I'm gonna insert the movable rod into the slot.
Okay. It slides in effortlessly.
Like it was made for it?
There is a bit of wiggle room, but you could say that.
Man, bad tolerances. Yeah, so I'm gonna try starting to rotate that thing.
All right. It will require quite a bit of strength, you're noticing, as you're pulling the rod. I imagine you didn't press the button, because then it would be rather impossible to move. But if you pull it, it would require a bit of strength. So I will need a strength check. You would be able to make it even with your disadvantage on it. Oh, you don't have disadvantage, but you know. But it will require a check.
Can you guys maybe help?
That would
Yeah, Blondie is the strongest. She's stronger than me, so yeah, Blondie, give him there and
then you can roll it with advantage.
So strength, okay. That's one of them. Oof.
Oh.
No, right, advantage.
So you have a 12, and with a 12, yes, you will actually be able to do this. So how do you do this? Like, as you're pushing and walking, and Blondie helps you out with this, or at least she tries, this thing will start rotating and moving. What do you do?
I'm gonna pause in the middle and I'm gonna think, test, can you hear me, Elodie? Test?
And I can hear him.
she get
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Is anything happening down here? You moved it like a little bit.
So yeah, as you are walking around this winch, yes, you will quite loudly hear this door opening, and it opens just like a gate. It just like gets loose from the ground. It goes up.
Oh yeah, it's coming up like a gate. I feel like gates swing open, but it's like a, I don't know.
Portcullis.
Like
Something-
a portcullis. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Thank you.
It's like I can picture it, but I can't say the words. All right. Yeah,
Tell me when
it's
to stop.
opening, going.
Too far, tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
So I imagine you guys stay in contact and keep like walking around until the gate is completely open.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
'Cause
fine.
I
I'm
can-
just asking.
What? I mean, I can see beyond it, can I? Or is there light in there? Or
Let me quickly check if there's light in there. There is light in there. As you look
But, yeah.
inside, you will notice that there is another cave in there with one single sarcophagus.
Okay. But there's nothing moving, nothing like there's no reason to shut the door super quickly.
Not immediately, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and keep opening it. And I'll just tell him to stop when it's all the way open.
All right. So it is all the way open.
Yeah. Then I would try to press the button.
All right. So as you press the button, the winch locks in place, and the gate will stay where it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
this is fun.
So
You guys can come down. It's kind of dark down here.
before I left, before we went down there, I thaumaturgied the door closed where the mephits were.
Sure. Let me just change that quickly for you. Just so I won't forget. There we are. All right. So that one
If I look at these,
yes.
if I look at these sarcophagi, do they look impossibly heavy to move?
They've been brought down here, so no, but this is a group effort thing.
I just don't feel quite right to just go in through that door when someone could come along and close it behind us.
Oh, you want to try to block the entrance, or?
Yes, I'd like to just put one of the sarcophagi under the door so it can't close completely.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, because they could. Yeah.
Yes.
If only we had 2 immovable rods.
We could take the movable rod from up there and not use it to block the winch, but to directly block the door. That's also a possibility.
But how are we going?
Did it
When you
seem
pull it
like
out, though,
would,
it's going to go.
Yeah,
would it go right back?
someone else is gonna stay down there and block the door with the winch. Then it won't unspool because the door can't go down. If you block
Okay.
the winch or block the door, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
Oh,
but it's
I
easier
see.
for someone to
I see.
quickly steal the rod from the door than to steal a whole sarcophagus.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
What did you steal today, Dad? A sarcophagus. Wow.
So I guess which one of the sarcophagus
closest.
looks the closest one? Okay, I guess that makes more sense.
So before we start doing a bunch of rolls for this, because obviously you can imagine that this is going to require a couple of rolls. How are you going to do this, and what are you taking with you?
I would suggest that Tali can lay down in front of or at the side of the sarcophagus, so you can try to like lift it at least partially onto him, like on a trolling thingy.
Or do so we all have ropes, right? We all have ropes in our adventuring kits. What if we
In a matter of speaking.
I was gonna say what if we used Polly and Blondie, tied the ropes to them and tied it to the sarcophagus, and then we push from the back while they pull from the front.
This is one of those Google searches that I don't think I've ever imagined that I would ever do, but I just Googled how heavy is a stone sarcophagus. Wasn't on my bucket list for this weekend. What is the carry weight of your abomination?
I mean, how would I find that out? It has a normal stat block.
Yeah, she
And
has a
its
strength of
is-
16.
Yeah, so then we can calculate. Let me see. It's your strength score multiplied by 15 weight in pounds. You are going to be 16 times 15. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You will be able to do this. Yeah, surprisingly.
Okay. Well, then you also have some of us pushing too. So there's more than
but like if you're gonna put it on his back or whatever, like that's heavy.
Well, that's why I said we could get some like ropes and they could drag it and we push it. That's what my thought was.
Yeah, so we're not really lifting it off the ground, we're just dragging it.
Yeah.
So...
Evo?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out some ropes and start to attach it to Tali and the sarcophagus.
Okay. And I
Doing that
imagine
too?
the
Yeah.
body goes with.
Sure. I
Or
don't.
do you just like whatever to the side?
Do it if we can.
I only heard the last part. If we can. So what was that before that?
Yes, if I would say let's leave it on there if we can.
You can make a good attempt at that.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Felix, it's been about an hour. Are you okay with me making you visible again?
That long? Has it really been that long?
I mean, it's been a 1.5 hour of roleplay, so you're getting to the end of that. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So at least there was the time you were up there with the Queensman, then Spib cast a ritual for 10 minutes. I cast a ritual for 10 minutes. So it's been probably at least half an hour, and then plus all the extra stuff. So
that's fine.
All right.
I can just do it again.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, so...
Let's start with 2
do
strength
I even
checks.
have to make a roll then?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I will require a strength check from Tali's perspective, and whoever's doing the most effort to get the ropes like in place and keep this thing steady. So you guys can pick who that is. I'm assuming it totally isn't.
Oh, well, I was saying if it's 2 of them though, if it's Blondie and Tali, both like like a sled dogs pulling it. Would it
is that
be
what you're going to do?
with advantage?
So you're going to slide it across the ground? Is that what you're going to do? You're not going to lift it, but just slide it?
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Not
easier.
trying to lift.
Give me then one of them can do with advantage. Sure.
What's Tali's strength?
Tali is 16.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. They're both 16 then.
So, first roll. And second roll.
I imagine we're going to go with the first one, which is a 17 total. Yeah, you will actually be able to make this. So the sarcophagus with the body on top of it will slide along the ground. And, I mean, once this thing is in motion, it's going to be a little easier. So you direct them towards the gate, and I imagine you position it like right underneath it.
Yeah.
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 Do you want technicality? But do you want to have it in line with the gate or across from the gate?
Oh, it's so we have space to go underneath on
That's
this
why
side.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense to do that,
and
but I do have
guess
to ask.
keeping the body on top undisturbed isn't gonna work because. Oh wait, I guess it will be undisturbed for now. But as if someone tries to, and the thing.
Well,
falls
then
out
yeah, the
from
body would be the body would be
two bodies.
split
The
in
body's
half.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Okay, that's
what-
fine. It's not gonna be disturbed.
That's what I said.
for
If we
now.
can, if
Can
we
we
can,
just
it's we're making-
maybe take the rod back so it doesn't get stolen. Maybe we need it later.
So you want to crush the body?
I mean,
I don't want
I-
to.
Yeah, we should definitely take it with us. It's better with us than in some weird contraption.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't argue with the logic because there is another one on the other side, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a sarcophagus on the other side, yes.
Like another winch on the other side of the thing. So
Esper?
because
Yeah.
Let's get the rod quickly. I
Okay.
don't want to.
So before you go and get the rod, do you leave the body just here as it is?
Yeah, so it
Uh.
is just gonna get crushed. do we want to get crushed or do we want to carefully move it somewhere else? I don't know if there's much of a difference there with what will happen.
I know that's the conflict here, because I'm worried that if become Draugr and attack us, but if we want to be respectful, we move it, and then nothing happens. Then that's just good on us. But then if we drop it and split it in half, and it wakes up, now it's just half a body to fight. So,
I mean, it's just bodies.
Yeah.
I don't see a
Okay,
reason to care about them.
Right? Undead things. It's
If you want to, you can throw it down from the sarcophagus.
You coming, Nesper?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up there with Tali.
You guys are not concerned about this body situation.
Why should I? They're dead. They don't care.
Okay, fine. They're dead.
If
wait,
you guys
before
want to, you can take the body down.
before y'all run up there, why don't y'all stay on here while I move this body down?
Right.
No.
Where do you put the body?
I'm gonna put it, just lay it gingerly right behind it over here.
All right. I'm just imagining like it's going to be on the ground, like you don't prop it against it.
No, I try and recreate so that way when we get done we can put it back, and that's my attempt.
Sure. I would imagine you do a cautious effort to keep the medallion that it's wearing and the citrines in place, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I would help you with that too.
That'll work. Like it's not the worst effort to do that. All right.
Okay.
Back upstairs.
Must to go. Yeah.
Back upstairs. What do you guys?
Okay,
do?
now
I'm
gonna let
gonna.
go.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto the wheel. Felix, can you help a bit with that?
Sure.
And then when we both have a solid grip, click the rod and slowly let down the door.
Okay. So if you do that, the gate will indeed slowly go down again until it hits the sarcophagus with a bit of a boom, and then it remains there.
Okay.
Right.
Take the rod with me again. And
Great plan.
This is very smart, by the way, guys. I didn't like every scenario. DM is like, it's gonna be like that, or that. This wasn't one of them. So note to self: remember that this is an option.
We're not getting trapped underground. We're not doing.
Desecrated bodies. Just another Thursday.
Well, because my thought was initially we go down there and the Mephits like wander out and go, oh, and pull it out just because they're just for fun, and the whole thing falls. Like, let alone some other person coming down here. Just the Mephits in general are kind of, they're kind of. I could see them doing it just for kicks.
All right.
Should I send Talia ahead again?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
Can they fit through? Yeah.
I mean, all of you wouldn't fit through if he couldn't fit through. Maybe he needs some shovels, but probably.
He can fit.
Well, if he gets on the.
If he gets like really low, you should be able to. Looking into this room, by the way, it is basically a large cave like the other one is without a pillar in the middle. Rather, in the middle of this room, you notice that there is one single stone sarcophagus upon which rests one singular body. Another thing you might notice is that there is a bit of a puddle of water around this sarcophagus. Who's standing in front of the moment?
That's water. Okay.
That is water, yes. It's not pretty, but Nespip, you're looking inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll notice that the candles around this room are all lit, except for the ones around the sarcophagus, which have been probably doused by the water.
Okay.
That would imply the candles aren't magic, though.
Magic fire can still be doused with water.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it just keeps. It doesn't require fuel source. That's the magic part of it.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I think for now, Talia will go into the middle of the room and just stand there. And I'm gonna throw Or I probably don't even need to walk through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm all right.
I will probably sit back down on the floor and start casting Detect Magic again. I didn't describe how I cast it. I'm taking out a small glass. I forgot what it's called. Basically, a glass slide, like for microscopes, a bit bigger. And I'm starting to drop a solution on there, let it dry a bit, drop a solution on there, let it dry a bit. It takes like 10 minutes to do that. And then I slide it into a holder inside of my welding helmet and shut it. And that's my Detect Magic.
Like that.
I like that. But you're taking 10 minutes to do that?
It's ritual, yeah.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing something during that 10 minutes?
Phoenix would walk around the room.
In that case, I'm going to count that for now as you being busy with that. So the 10 minutes haven't passed yet.
So yeah, Phoenix would have a look around to see if there's any more interesting things.
Mm-hmm. And what did you say, Nibardo?
I was like, I guess my Detect Magic would have already gone off, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So looking around, it pretty much looks like a cave. The most interesting part right here would be the fact that Elodie is standing next to the sarcophagus, but beyond, that, it looks like a cave, and it looks like it's neglected, which is hard to see like in a cave, but the most important thing is that water like seeping in, which would be roughly directly above that puddle that you saw in the crypt upstairs.
So the water is coming from under or dripping?
From above. It is. There's a crack in the ceiling through which it's falling. Yeah, there is above. You had a crypt
so
where the Mephits are, and there was a pool of water over there. That's the pool that is dripping down.
Right. Okay.
So as you stand or walk next to the sarcophagus, Elodie, you notice that this mummified body that is lying here looks different than the others. The others are literally just a body completely wrapped in cloth. And other than the rough shape of a human body, there's nothing really discernible about it. With this one, it is different. This is one of those bodies that, while it is mummified, certain features of the body have been kept bare. This usually happens with saints and whatnot, where they, ultimately when the body is dried out, want to decorate it with gems and whatnot. You don't completely wrap that in cloth, but rather you let a couple of parts, especially the face and whatnot, exposed to the outer air in the hopes that it will just mummify out of itself. That's exactly the case that is happening with this mummy. And as you're standing right next to it and you walk past, all of a sudden, you notice that it opens its eyes.
Okay. Yeah, that was gonna happen.
It's Brenna!
And as it does, it breathes in and sits up straight. Who are you? She says as she looks directly at you, Elodie.
Elodie? Question mark?
Heathen, she says as she reaches for you. Let's roll for initiative.
No, I'm gonna duck out of there. Yeah, it's not good.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh.
This is the natural 20. Yes, of course. On the.
I knew it.
The one natural 20 is here. Yep. I'll also play for it.
Definitely gonna go before me. There's no way. Yeah, I won. I won! I hate... This is bad.
All right. Let's begin that combat with a bit of music. Give me that sweet battle music. There we are. All right. Felix, you're noticing this immediately, and you're the first to respond. What do you do?
Does that look immediately hostile, or
Yes.
is it just okay?
The fact that she set up and whatnot is already like, but the fact that she called her a heathen and tried to reach for her, I think that triggers your fight or flight response.
Okay, so I don't have an excuse.
No.
Okay, in that case, that's 15 feet of movement, and he'll just do a whip attack.
All right.
Leave the text here.
Is the music going for everyone else?
Yes. We did this for me, but
11.
that actually hits.
Okay.
Oh, there.
I don't know if I like that.
Well, I mean, it's a corpse, so
She doesn't have a lot of
9
armor.
slashing.
All right. You're noticing that while you do make a full hit on her, it doesn't do as much damage as you might have hoped.
Okay. So those were 15 feet. That's 30. That's turn.
All right. Nibarlin.
okay. Guess in that case, I'll pop her with my arrows.
Mm-hmm. Dirty 20. That'll hit.
Hit.
That is a 10.
But
But unfortunately,
All
it
right.
doesn't do as much damage as you might have hoped.
but
But
Blondie's infused strikes reaction adds 1d6 of cold damage to the attack.
then I'll take the cold damage as full.
As what?
I'll take the cold damage as full, so you can roll that. That's a 1d6.
I don't know what you just said. You broke up again, but I'll roll for it.
Oh. All right. So this makes your arrow magical. That adds 1 to it. It's 11.
Yeah.
That's full damage. That's what I mean.
Okay, so it's a magical. It does full damage then.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's see. Heal. Blondie will go in for a bite.
That is a 10. That doesn't hit.
Okay, I guess that's it.
She just bites into the cloth like a bit of like loose cloth on her ankle or something. Alrighty. Then we have Nespin.
I'm gonna run up next to Elodie, and I'm gonna take a melee attack with my modified Warhammer.
Yes. Which is a 14, which hits.
And
That is 6 in total. So your modified Warhammer is not considered magical, right? It's just...
I'm honestly not sure if infusions are magical.
They are. Do you have your weapon infused? Let me have a look.
It's infused. It's enhanced weapon. It's plus
it's
1 to
definitely-
attack.
Yeah, then it's considered a magic weapon. Absolutely.
Okay, nice. And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna yell to Tali, take the other side. And he will run around to that side. And he's gonna do a force empowered rend. Oh god damn.
Which crits? With the strike and the construct, yes.
And that's a 1d8 plus 2.
Yep.
So 8 damage plus 5, so 13 damage.
30 damage, but because it is a construct, that doesn't count as magical, so that damage is halved.
Okay.
So that was 13, halved is 7. Right? Yeah, 7. So it looks in your favor. Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Atoli's turn. He doesn't like this one bit. Let me have a look at your spell book.
Or do that. I just realized I never did the long rest on here, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, and then like subtract your. You did only the ritual cast so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're fine. Okay. I think Atoli's a calculating player, from what I can gather so far. He will have seen that your infused strike was cold damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he will have noticed that, and he will cast a Ray of Frost. Yes. Which hits. Which is 4 damage. Nick grumbles a bit under his breath. No, better. All right. There we go. Elodie, you are seeing Saint Brenna looking very angrily at you with glowy eyes.
Yep.
As she gazes into your mind, almost, it seems. She uses dreadful glare. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. I'm so glad that I have terrible wisdom. I rolled really well though, 17?
You're fine. So, she looks creepy by all accounts, but at least you're not paralyzed by this.
Not that dreadful. Not that dreadful.
It's yeah.
Beyond that,
God.
she tries to hit you with her rotting fist.
Yeah.
And she will try to do so for a 22.
Yeah.
Steel Defender is gonna do deflect attack. He's gonna bump her while she's trying to attack. She has disadvantage on that problem.
Okay, then I will roll again. So that was a 22, and that makes it a dirty 20.
No.
Yeah, it still hits.
Good call.
She's insanely strong.
She will hit you for
quick.
10. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought.
I was gonna say she's strong or quick. No.
It's usually either or, huh?
Yeah.
So she hits you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 10 points of necrotic damage. Which is 20
I'm
in
out.
total.
I'm out.
You go down?
To do any. Okay. Yeah, I go down. I only have 18 hit points.
That's an extra added because you also need to do a Constitution saving throw, which you can't if you're out. So you will be cursed with mummy rot.
Awesome. Love that.
This
God, we
this
gotta
is
remove
trouble.
first thing.
Man, already we lost one.
Yeah, this is trouble.
Mummy rot.
Just to elaborate this, like unless you use remove curse at this point, you cannot regain any hit points. Your hit point maximum decreases by 10 every 24 hours that you have this curse until you die. When you die, you become a mummy.
Well, luckily we've got remove curse, so let's deal with this mummy and get the.
But the problem is to not regain any hit points.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so you kind of have to remove the curse now, right? Because I couldn't come back to 1 hit point.
That's correct.
Like I couldn't stabilize.
So it is your turn right now. You do need to roll a death saving throw, even though you're down. And you're cursed.
Not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do, guys. I had some cool like blades and magical weapons. I checked. But instead, I'm partly dead.
You are 1 foot in the grave.
That's a failure. Yeah.
Totally behind him hears as a desecrated corpse that was lying precariously on the ground stands up.
We should have left him there.
Yeah.
Top of the round, Felix.
Well, there's not really anything he can do about that issue, so he'll just take a step over here and do the thing that he does.
Whip it good. Salt and pepper, all that. No, you don't. It's it's a natural one.
It's the
Everything is
this
going
seems
so
like a very
well.
good place to stay.
With natural ones, I like just like you hitting party members and whatnot, but like I think you guys are in a tough spot as it is, so you just miss, okay?
Yeah, don't hit us anymore.
Yeah, I could be a nice DM at times. That's it?
Yes.
Alright. Ibarden.
Okay. Well. Now's the time to use that.
Actually, bust out the hunter's mark on St. Brenna.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Alright, well, just remove it from the screen so you get a bit more wiggle room.
going for an attack.
17.
That hits.
Damage.
Who's got the scroll?
So it's 6. I do. I wanted to get this up and get going.
So remove curse scroll that will save my life.
So
So that's 6 points of damage. Do you do anything else to your arrow other than this?
yeah, it's Blondie. I need to put it on. He strikes, so I have that damage plus the hunter's mark.
Yes, which is a 1d6, if memory serves. Yes, it is.
So there's
Alright, so that's 10 total.
plus 4 plus
13 total.
3.
That makes her bloodied.
Okay. And then Blondie goes in for another gnaw. Are you shitting me?
I did you bite some more cloth?
Okay. Well, let's see. Brown's gonna move over here.
Yep.
Actually, no. He's I guess he's gonna move here. Okay.
As you will.
Intern.
Nespit.
Would I know that I can't heal her?
Yeah, that's the
How
thing.
much
Like,
metagaming
they're not
can
gonna
I
know
do?
that I'm cursed.
How realistic is it that you have ever encountered an actual mummy?
Not very. Maybe
I just
heard of it.
thought
I
that-
researched like, hey, no, stuff
Yeah.
because of
Pretty
other thing, but
This sucks.
But does she look different?
You
Does
guys
she
don't
look
even know
different
that I
because she has
have
mummy rot?
she looks
Yeah, does
different.
she
but
look
I was
like
still
she's-
trying to heal her.
So mummy rot only like starts to take effect as it does. You start to look flaky, like Voldemort, like while he was dying. You start to look like, but that takes time. So right now, no, you just look
Yeah,
unconscious.
so
I'll give you a roll for it, but it's not going to be easy. Make me a survival check. No, maybe a medicine check. That makes more sense because this is health related. 13. No, you don't recognize this.
Okay, I'm gonna try cure wounds on her,
All right.
and probably notice that it does nothing.
No, except for one thing, because I quickly looked that up. It actually does remove that one failure that you had, because you briefly like, don't do that.
Oh.
So that's what it does.
cool.
So
Oh,
it gives
good,
you one
good.
little thing.
So I like
So you can remove the
have
one
like
that's
a,
it.
like a little bit of like a cough or something, and then I pass out again.
I slapped the tar bandage on the wound, and I just see you go. and nothing more.
Wait,
That just evaporates.
It's got you got your shocking touch. You're going. Junk. Come on, don't die on me. Junk.
Okay, then with my bonus action, I'm gonna tell Tali to get her out of here. So he tries to probably pierces some of the clothes, tries to with one of the claws, and tries to drag her away.
Okay.
So he has a movement speed of 40, so I can drag her 20 feet.
Yep.
So probably somewhere around here.
St. Brennan will take an attack of opportunity on you.
If possible, I would have basically dragged him over. I would try to stay in melee with her.
In that case, you can only drag her here, because if you would go any farther, she would punch you.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I assume the dragging would be an action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then that's turn for now.
All right. I totally will have heard the skeleton behind him. It's like, oh, yeah, guys, bad news. He will walk here. But he will be intently focused on St. Brenna. I'm going to give him a roll, which is not high enough. He's going to continue with his cold attack, because he knows it works. A 12 hits. That is 7 points of damage on St. Brenna. She's not looking too good. She wasn't to begin with, but hey. St. Brenna's turn. She will get off of her sarcophagus and step over here. That will give Blondie an attack of opportunity. That actually hits for the first time.
Come on!
Yeah, it's weapon attack.
And I imagine her bite is a non-magical piercing attack, right?
Not yet. No, it's 5 plus 3, so 8, and half.
Yeah,
of 4.
So that's a 4. All right, still hurts. You know, any damage is damage. She will stand in front of Nespip, and she will angrily look at you, and you get this feeling of dread. Oh, yeah. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Is it magic?
It is magic, absolutely.
So I have advantage, I think. Yes.
Yes, you do.
So.
And you're gonna need it. Good.
Yeah. Good. Okay,
All
okay.
right. It's dreadful, but not that dreadful. And then she tries to punch you in the helmet. Straightforward, it's going to be like over here. That is going to be a 17.
Doesn't hit.
Good. So she punches you in the helmet.
Yeah, boy!
Heck yes.
Alright. Elodie, you're on the ground. I need a death save.
No more death saves. I wanted to be so cool in this one. Oh, natural 20? Does that do anything? Because of the mummy rod?
That should revive you to 1 hit point, which it does, and then you fall unconscious.
Me,
So it's worse than a success.
Game.
Oh, this is so
No, it's not,
bad.
because I don't have any more failures or successes, right? It's just like it resets basically.
Yeah. So you're back to square one again.
Yeah. So it's good.
It's
No,
worse
you're
than
right,
if
it
you
is
just.
worse than a success.
It's worse than a normal save.
Then I would have 1 success, and now I have 0 of nothing, 0 of anything.
I know it really doesn't make a difference
Well-
for you. Huh? No.
Yeah, because even if I get 3 successes, I'm just gonna pass out again.
No,
that's true.
Then you're stable.
Yeah.
Stable. If you have 3 successes, you don't get up, you get stable.
Yeah, but you usually,
But
that's true. You don't get a hit point.
Mummy rot lets me get stable. It lets me regain a hit point to get stable.
Well, with a natural 20, you stabilize to... Oh, that's true, actually. With a natural 20, you stabilize with a hit point.
Yeah, so what?
You don't get a hit point, but you do stabilize. So technically, you don't have to do death saving throws again for a while. Let me see how long.
So she's just
so
unconscious,
stabilizing
basically.
and
Yeah.
Getting a hit point are different things. I didn't know that those were depending on each other.
Stabilizing just means you're not gonna die for a while at least, and getting a hit point is you're awake.
Yep.
Right,
You're going to be
okay.
you're unconscious right now, so you don't have to do any death saving throws right now unless you take another hit. But for now, you are stable, but you're not conscious, and you don't have any hit points, so you're still at 0.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it on the death save screen. I don't think there's an option to be stable without gaining a hit point.
All right.
Whoa.
From outside, we have a bony boy who is dying to get in, and he will. He will crawl underneath the door and get toward the barn. And he
But
will
he's
use...
prone.
Hmm?
He's prone to get under the door. He needs to go prone.
Movement would be...
Oh, that's true. He needs to crawl underneath. Yep. That I will allow as half movement. He has 30, I believe. So
I think
that
dropping
is...
prone is usually free, but he's then half speed after that.
Oh yeah, and standing up costs the rest of his movement. So that will be 5, 15, 25. This is where he can get. He can't stand up, so he's going to attack with disadvantage. That's the consequence. He's going to basically attack your ankles.
Okay.
That's still creepy, though. So he tries to stab at you with a sword for a... that's not going to hit, I think, 11?
Nope.
No, you're fine. There's a skeleton at your feet. Top it around. Felix.
Should I do it or no? Nah, that's good money. So I'll do another whip attack.
It's an 11. That does hit.
I do just as much as I need to. 8 damage.
It is basically indeed what you needed to, because she has only 5 hit points left. You got her. So
No,
what
it's
happens?
half damage, so it's half damage.
Oh, she's one hit!
Yeah,
Yep.
she's got one. That sucks. Fuck that.
That's true. Ah.
Have a nice day.
Go back.
The Barlin.
Just barely hanging on.
Okay. So, if I move, since he's prone, does that also offer opportunity attack?
On prone creatures. If it does, it's with disadvantage. Hang on. Yes, prone creatures can make an opportunity attack, but with disadvantage.
I'll take that risk then, because I'd be attacking with disadvantage when I get thrown down. So, moving over here.
That is a 12, so no, right?
No. Yeah. A longbow,
That's gonna hit.
18.
You can roll for damage, but you got her.
Yeah. Ooh.
That is more than
She's down.
sufficient. What happens?
Oh. I hit her, and I guess when I hit her, she crumbles like you would, and just everything just crumbles down.
I like that. Yeah, like you shoot her in the eye socket, and as you do, like the light just goes out, and her body goes like limp while standing, and she just turns to sand, basically, like that, right? Yeah, that's cool.
She undies.
Yes.
Yeah, she undies. From dust you're born, dust she goes returns to dust. Yeah.
She's nothing more than a pile of dust and some cloth wrappings on the ground. There's still a skeleton to deal with, though.
Well, in that case, Blondie is going to come over here and get at him.
Mm-hmm.
With her bite attack.
With advantage, because he's prone. You can still roll again to see if you get a natural 20, but that'll hit.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Oh, that's already a 2d20.
One of them was
Yeah, it already is. 18. That's going to hit.
Okay. That'd be a d6. 3 plus attack plus 3 plus BD, so it'd be 3 plus 2, so that's 8 total.
8 total. It's bone-eat, bone-juiced, blood, something bloodied.
It's leaking the bone juice.
It's leaking, yeah.
And then
Icky.
that would be turn.
As you wish.
Wait. Before I turn, I did move the Hunter's Mark to... I moved Hunter's Mark to that thing, too.
Sure.
Okay. Next
I'm
one.
gonna yell out what I've shut down earlier. Guys, I can't heal her. Healing doesn't work. And then I'm gonna run over there and do a melee attack against him. With advantage still, right?
Yes, he's on the ground.
So...
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh.
Okay.
And he does 6 points of 1d6 of cold damage to his attack as well.
Nice. From Blondie. Plus 1d6 if you want to.
Yeah. I'm going to roll.
Still damage. He's very dead. As you bring down the hammer, his head just explodes. He's still prone because he's dead. It is quiet again in this room. And you have defeated these two creatures.
I'm going to grab those jewels because...
Might as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you have 2 citrines.
The jewels in the...
Oh, and the necklace as well?
Yes.
All right, you can add 2 citrines and a holy symbol.
While Nabal is looting, I'm going to tap him. Can I please have the remove curse scroll from you?
First things first, I need money. She's dying, I know, but
I'm like,
loot.
I'm pissed off at this thing because I was trying to be respectful. I give you the curse scroll.
I don't have the...
Might I just interject with one thing? The fact that she stabilized is the contributing factor here that it's actually cool that you're just looting. If she wasn't, I literally have to ask her every 6 seconds to make a death saving throw, so while you're picking up those gems, she could have died. The fact that she stabilized is not doing that. Just want to point that out there.
Thank God I rolled a nat 20. Jesus Christ. I would have been absolutely
Nabarlo Pies, he's neutral, not neutral good this time, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the scroll. I'm not sure how that works. There's probably like instructions on the scroll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to cast it on LOD.
Sure. I'm not gonna be like, doing a kind of check, and if you failed and it blows up, like scrolls are scrolls. Like they're special for a reason, so this works. The remove curse will work. Since you are stabilized, you don't have any hit points just yet. So you will still be unconscious, but the curse itself is gone. And while you do not know how this spell itself works, because you don't know the spell, Nespip, I do think that you realize that the spell has taken effect because the scroll itself crumbles. That is a telltale sign of the spell taking effect, because if it doesn't, the scroll will still be there.
Okay, then I would try to cast another Cure Wounds, so another tar patch on the previously not sticking one.
And that will indeed bring you back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add yet another note to my Nabalan list.
Something
Nabalan list.
All
This
right.
man doesn't care. Alright. But I don't know that, so whatever.
Well, I'm gonna reach my pocket. Like, here, eat some of these. You'll feel better.
Is it chocolate?
It's little berries.
I wouldn't want to make a call out to Harry.
Very.
Here, eat these to feel better.
You want some?
Can I look
Sure.
under the door
I
to
feel
see
like
if
I'm
any
just
more
like
skeletons?
really out of it.
You can, and the rest of the room seems completely undisturbed.
Ellie, I give you
It's-
5 berries.
5?
Oh, let me.
I give you 5.
How
I give
many-
you 5 berries.
How many do you eat before it does bad things to you? Doesn't it do bad things to you?
No, those are the
No, it
pumpkin
doesn't.
seeds. Those are the pumpkin seeds from
Oh,
the Dragon of
those
Iceberry
freaking
Peak.
pumpkins.
Good berries, you could just.
Yeah,
like,
these are
eat.
these are pie
Could you eat those
sandberries.
forever? Alright, alright. 5. That's just 5 hit points, right?
Yeah.
For each worth 1. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. I'm feeling a lot better. What just happened, guys? I remember her punching me in the face, and if she still, I'd look. I see the pile of sand.
It's
Is
like
that
a triangular
right?
pile of sand with like some toilet paper around it.
Is there anything in the sand? Because another
Yes,
zombie
Felix
had
would
one.
have been sifting through it.
There is nothing there, save for what I described. There's dust and there's cloth.
Yeah, I'll give
about-
a run up out for a second.
Mm.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think we should give Nabalan any potions and stuff. He doesn't seem to use them really.
I believe, Nebralin, you asked a question, but I only heard part of that. So did you ask them?
The sarcophagus she was laying on.
Yes.
I'm gonna be looking that over now too, because my fears were realized. We had some zombies pop up off the sarcophagus, despite my efforts to be respectful. And so I'm looking at the sarcophagus to see if there's anything on there, like inscriptions or I don't know, whatever.
I'm gonna ask for 2 rolls, and I have a reason for that, but I'll tell you that once you've rolled them. I want you to give me a investigation roll, and I want you to give me a perception roll. So that will be a 17 on the investigation.
Okay, and then perception.
12 on the perception.
12.
All right. Investigatively, you look at this what was it called again? Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
You forget
Yeah.
a word sometimes, right? You look at the sarcophagus, and it is prettier than the other ones, most definitely. There is some detailing on it that this is just a more luxurious version, if you will. But there's no inscription on it or whatsoever. Other than the name on the side, which says Saint Brenna. So other than seeing it visually as a player, you know, as a character also know this was Saint Brenna, apparently. With your perception skill, you're literally on what I was thinking, like whether or not you're going to notice. I'm going to grant you this one because you are someone who is like really taking. You've been taking cautious effort to see, like, you know, we don't want to disturb these guys and whatnot. You're trying to find like what the hell is wrong here. And I think with what just happened and what you guys have done with the other sarcophagus, I think you'll be able to piece together like why this happened. Because all the other sarcophagi in the other room are still the way they are. There's no movement in that room. This sarcophagus that you moved apparently had a skeleton that started moving. And then you have Saint Brenna over here who started moving. And I think you can add 2 and 2 together, seeing what is different between Saint Brenna and this skeleton and all the other ones. The candles are out here.
The
The
candles.
water.
Well, we moved the other ones, the candles went out.
You didn't even take the candles with you. They're still there. I asked, what are you taking with you?
So I guess Felix just walks up to the lid of the sarcophagi and just looks expectantly at the ball and heave ho.
I guess I should get my spear and. Is that what you're implying?
Just open the lid and see what's inside. We're still looking for something.
We are.
It's this is one of the. This is a. Yeah, I know the Dutch word for, but not the English word. You have two types of sarcophagi. You got the one where you can display someone on top of it, but you can also open it. But there's also one that is particularly made to display the corpse. It's like a daze, basically. These are the ones that aren't. These aren't openable.
So it's just solid stone. It's not like it
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
a lid, really. Okay.
No, you should be able to get one
Solid stone
over that. But if you
Right.
build a lid over this, those are the ones that are like basically a complete statue that you build over.
Oh, fantastic. So, room and nothing else in here.
That is all you're noticing, except for the fact that's towards the north, which you might have noticed by now. There is a door.
Yeah.
And it's the same type of door like the other one.
It is iron-bound, heavy-set wood without any sort of handles whatsoever.
In that case, I believe we have just one more avenue to pursue in here. But I don't have much hopes.
Opening the door.
Yeah.
Barlin cast thaumaturgy on that door.
It doesn't do anything.
That's worth a shot.
Felix,
I
should we go?
guess.
Yeah, we should go upstairs and see how exactly the other tunnel leads down here.
Would the communication with Elodie have been dropped?
She
Oh,
went out.
shit.
Yes, so yes.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I can do it again. I could do it again, but
Only on creatures you can
Did I
see,
do
so
it
you
again?
can do it with the people here.
yeah. Oh, right. I don't know
But
that.
this'll.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I
you
don't
can
need
look-
more than.
Yeah, upstairs you can just turn until it doesn't turn anymore. I mean, we know how much we need to turn it from the other door, but this might be a problem.
I could go back. I mean, we can walk back up and.
I think we're mostly done in here anyways.
Yeah, I think. Well, we gotta go back upstairs anyway. I mean, we gotta go upstairs, and well, I think Barry will preempt you. I think they'll probably be for next week. Won't they?
I'm waiting for you guys to finish your sentences. Because yes, this is where we're going to cut it off for this week. But GG, you killed a mummy at level 3. That's really well done. Because mummies are scary, as you might have noticed.
And here we were thinking that it's going to be the contamination, and then.
So interesting thing. There's a puddle of water around her, right?
I was thinking
Yeah.
about that it was basically delirium-infused water that was dripping on her.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant when you said the candles were out. I was like, did something have to do with the candles because she's being contaminated.
I mean, to a degree, it does have something to do with the candles, because Elswave, the other skeleton, couldn't stand up. The air itself is just contaminated with delirium. Like, the haze is... it doesn't seep underground unless it's in water. But when the water drips down here, as I said, the air over here feels moist. Ergo, delirium is just in the air here.
Mm.
So yeah, you take them out of the candle, the right part of their burial rite. Yeah. Troubles.
Delirium is in the air is the horrible parody of that one song.
Love is in the air.
Love is in yes.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, wonderful playing. Well done. Really enjoyed it. So I guess we will see each other next week. And I'd imagine GA is going to be back again, so he can assume control of it again.
And he'll be thankful that it totally didn't.
We'll just tell him,
Wait, would that be so?
yeah, you're outside on guard, and we just severed the connection to you. So good luck.
I was like, well, wouldn't he
Oh,
be
right.
if he was the one that got stuck outside, or he got punched, and so he comes back next week? It's like, totally, you're mummified right now. Sorry.
You took one for the team, so thanks. And yeah, so that. Oh, nah. All right. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for playing. I'll see you then.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye now. And for those of you that are currently listening to the recorded session of Guardian Angels, which we recorded today from my computer, DM Barry, because GA was out for today, as you might have noticed. Thank you so much for listening in. Thank you so much for watching. I guess we'll probably have some cover image on this. But thank you so much for listening in to our playthrough of the Dungeons of Drakkenheim. Really hoping you're enjoying this. And with that, as you're listening to this either on a podcast or on YouTube, I'm not really sure which ventures Guardian Angels has, at least on YouTube, but whichever venue you use to listen to this game, thank you so much for supporting my friend Guardian Angels. He's a wonderful guy, and he's a wonderful D&D player as well. Please drop a like or follow or subscription, whichever you want to do on various channels. Also, check out my buddy Guardian Angels on Twitch, which is at twitch.tv/GuardianAngels with a Z. Also on YouTube and various other social media platforms. Thank you so much for listening in, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye now.